Hello again everybody, and a warm welcome back to the channel. We're live from London Heathrow in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're connected to the VATSIM network as well. Starting off our journey in the Fenix A320 for a flight off to Manchester. We begin at the new version 3 London Heathrow Airport scenery by iniBuilds. It's been recently updated, and today we've got 2 copies to give away for those of you who don't already perhaps own the scenery. Very exciting. Already having had a bit of an explore around the airport, really impressed actually with what I've seen so far. It appears to be a complete overhaul of the airport, which is really nice to see. Crossing points and things have all been improved. The airport buildings have been improved vastly as well, and there's a bit more of an interior to enjoy too. So overall, from what we've seen so far, very, very nice indeed. 2 sectors today. We're off to Macco Simulations Manchester for a turnaround on the VATSIM network, the BA shuttle service to and from Manchester back to Heathrow. Ian, hello. Mark, Dursey2, Matthew F, Automated, Joey, Birdman, David Bartlett, good morning folks. Lots of channel members in the chat again, thanks always for your support guys. Brian, Delta Tango, Doc on board, hello guys, welcome, welcome. There are a few things that I've seen that are already a little bit, I can't work out why they haven't fixed it, but this one's a big one here, the Kilo apron. It reopened around 1 month ago. So now it's a complete open taxiway again, which is great because that was a sticking point for the last few weeks. David, nice long haul trip for you guys. AR Simulations, welcome. Alberto, good morning to you in Chile. So here's our first glimpse of Terminal 2. We've got the toggleable items on here today as well, because there's various different features depending on what type of performance you get out of your PC. There's various different options inside the ini manager that allows you to toggle things on and off, including passengers, ground equipment, landside cars and all that sort of thing. But yeah, quite nice. 2 we're giving away 2 copies of this. London Heathrow version 3 by iniBuilds. Good old Leon down there, great food. Punch through the roof. David says, I've turned a load of stuff off at EGLL and it runs smooth now. Yeah, so frames for me seem to be quite nice. Hopefully it's nice and smooth by the time it actually ends up on your feed in the stream. I'm pushing the limits of what my computer can do without upgrading, basically. Mushi, we'll start the giveaway once we get to the aircraft. We get the power to the aeroplane and that sort of thing. We'll then begin the giveaway. As always, you've got to make sure you hit subscribe first, and then also answer 1 question correctly. We'll run the giveaway throughout the entire journey today. We'll do 1 draw when we arrive at Manchester, halfway point for us today, and then what we will look at doing is doing a second draw for a second prize on the way back into Heathrow. So 2 sectors, 1 prize per sector, if that makes sense. Here's Heathrow's Terminal 3, the oldest, so Terminal 3 and Terminal 4, the oldest of the 2 out of the 4 that are actually used at the airport still at the moment. But that's all round nicely improved as well. It's always had some nice night lighting down there at T3 in this scenery, even pre-update to be fair. And the control tower, which is what we're drifting towards, now has some scenery and some people inside, which is great. So we're going to work our way to that slowly. Let's, just before we do, we're going to snap into the aircraft, change frequency back to tower. I think it's tower anyway, yeah.
Golf
There we are. It's David. Those of you who remember from a little while ago, used to take part in the channel quite actively, working his way through the VATSIM controller upgrades, and he's now able to control Heathrow. A remarkable achievement. If you are watching, hello David. Hope you're well. Congratulations on the upgrade to Heathrow as well, getting the endorsement for Heathrow. Big achievement on the network.
Good afternoon, Emirates 62 Tango Heavy with you on the ILS runway 27 left.
Underneath here, this cul-de-sac tends to be where Virgin Atlantic go and American Airlines. Very rarely you get a KLM in the very corner stand. But this is what we're drifting towards, the iconic Heathrow Tower. There's lots to see at the start, which is why we're kind of taking our time exploring the airport a little bit, because it's worth having a look at some of its new features nice and slowly before we rush into what are two very busy sectors for British Airways and its domestic shuttle network. Here we go, tower. I stood literally in here the other day, about a week or two ago. Very nicely created actually, to be fair. Beautiful glass textures. Lots going on. Look at that. You can actually see two aircraft on final. It'd be remarkable, absolutely remarkable to have a view like this in tower view on the network. Pretty nice.
Shamrock 21 Romeo, runway 27 left, clear to land. Surface wind 270 degrees, 25 knots, crossing 36 knots.
Windsor Castle in the background.
Shuttle to Lima from Alpha 4, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff. Surface winds 270 degrees, 25 knots, crossing 36 knots. From Alpha 4, clear for takeoff, 27 right, shuttle to Lima.
We could probably increase the speed of the drone camera a little bit. So Terminal 5. It's got a bit of an interior now as well, which is nice. Just adds a little bit more depth to the scenery. It's not mega what they've done, but yeah, Sim Market very rarely actually is the cheapest option, to be honest. So I rarely buy anything off Sim Market, to be totally fair. Best place to buy this is from the developers themselves on the iniBuilds website. And T5A, where the business happens. There's a lot going on in here. Mark, good afternoon. Andy, hello to you. So this is T5A. There's a few issues, but again, this is something that's kind of crept in from before as well. There's no pret-a-manger here. There is in real life, just underneath North Security. And that Cafe Nero is in fact a Starbucks. That's been like that since release, to be fair. They haven't changed this little section, but this is fine. How often do you ever go through and explore an airport like this when you're actually going flying? And their little Cafe Nero there. This bit's a little bit inaccurate as well. So on the left there would be one of the lounges. I think it's Plaza Premium, I believe, not Cafe Nero at gate 18. And then up here there aren't any more shops. There are actually well, staff only areas and that sort of thing. So I guess they've filled the space quite nicely. But in any case, here we are. In the Fenix A320 today. Boarding's all complete and we're ready to go for our journey today to Manchester. It's a shuttle service. GSX Pro has boarded the aircraft. Interestingly, the door has left itself missing, but look at that for a view. How fantastic does that look? Got a really nice Aterium liveries paint scheme today for Bus H, one of the old school, now retired liveries. And no, Brian, there's no current GSX profile available for this aircraft. Sasha, hello, Speedbird 632. Right, let's get our clearance, shall we? Information Bravo. Arrival runways 27 left, departing 27 right, transition level flight level 75. Surface wind at the moment 270 degrees at 25 knots, gusting 36 knots. Bumpy, bumpy. QNH 1010. Temperatures +10, dew point +4. So let's change our QNH. Let's get our clearance and we'll go from there. Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Shuttle to Victor, stand 520. A320, information Bravo, QNH 1010, request IFR to Manchester.
Shuttle to Victor Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Clear to Manchester. That 1 Foxtrot departure, squawk 4440.
Cleared Manchester, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot, departure squawk 4440, Shuttle to Victor.
Shuttle to Victor, read back correct.
So, that's what we've expected. So departing runway 27 right, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure through the Burnham NDB up to Umlaut, and then we've got the Tango 418 airway through Welling 420 to Elvos. Now interestingly, what I found on departure one setup of this today is I've had to actually add in Trent, Cushy and Dane myself manually, because either it's missing in the now updated Navigraph nav data or something's gone a bit askew. So I've added those 3 in myself and then manually added the waypoints as well. Sorry, the speed and altitude constraints. We need to do our weight calculations. So what we got here, 0 fuel weight 58.6. Max 0 fuel weight 30.9. Gross weight 63.3. Actually 63.4. And gross weight, center of gravity, takeoff weight, gross 29.6. So 58.6 slash 30.9. Ian's made the mistake of grabbing it on the Microsoft Store. No update yet. I know I'll never do it again. Yeah, I avoid that more than I avoid Sim Market, to be honest. Right, so we 4,740 kilos of fuel.
303. Next stand on your left, stand 226.
So that's all done. Init A and B pages are complete. Fuel predictions are in, and we can add our V speeds as well. So let's go to our takeoff performance calculations. Sync final load sheets. Heathrow 27 right. Surface wind, sorry, runway surface is dry. Live weather. We're going to go 1 + F departure and packs on. Calculate. And it's going to give us our speed. So V1 136, rotate at 140 knots. V2 at 140, +10 would be 150. But the aircraft will do that itself. Flaps 1. Trimmable horizontal stabilizer down 0.2, flex of 68 degrees. And that'll do. Let's put the data in, 136.
Good afternoon, Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 173.
Mark Smith, hello.
777, stand 541, we've got information Bravo, QNH 1010, request close to JFK, please.
Speedbird 173.
Willie, good morning to you in California, welcome.
JFK, Compass 3 Foxtrot departure, squawk 0342.
1 down 0.2.
Clear to JFK on the Compton 3 Foxtrot departure, squawking
68.
0342, Speedbird 173 Alpha.
Speedbird 173 Alpha, read back correct, brake, Shamrock 382, welcome to Heathrow. Taxi, second right, Bravo, Kilo, stand 239.
Do that for thrust reduction at around 1,000 feet. Timeo, good afternoon, buddy. I think we're there. Init A and B are done. We've got the performance page all done. Our departure page is all done. And we've got the Burnham NDB pre-tuned into ADF1. And London's VOR is pre-tuned and auto updating itself in VOR2. We've got the Luke Air tool as well for our cabin announcements. It's been a while since we've last used it.
Golf Echo November 11 from Alpha 4, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff, surface winds 270 degrees, 25 knots, gusting 36.
We should know that. I've never been to Amsterdam. AOC, receive messages. So while I'm reading this, I'm looking at the APU data page here as well. Multitasking. Performance. So we've got Heathrow Tower, and we've got approach 119 at 725.
Good morning, Heathrow Tower, Shamrock 38 Alpha on landing on.
And then we've got this one, so we need to do our squawk of 4440. Predicted wind shear on, GCS is on auto.
Continue approach 27 left, number 2.
Set the lights as we need them. APU is available.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Continue approach runway 27 left, you're number 2.
Continue approach.
Yeah, awesome.
27 left, I'm number 2. Shamrock 38 Alpha.
Welcome, I hope you're well. Okay, so external power's off. Let's go back to the Fenix page. Ground services, we can remove all of this. So GPU away. Let's close the door. And we've got minus 8 minutes to departure. We're absolute pros. 6,000. That's all good, that's all set. Lights and signs as required. We've got an aircraft pushing there, which is Sasha, I believe. How do you enter the giveaway, Blue is asking. It's not open yet, but it seems we've asked. I might as well enable the timer and begin the countdown sequence.
11, contact Heathrow Director, 119.725. Have a great flight.
Contact November 11, contact Heathrow Director, thanks very much.
Right, there we go. It is ready. Yes, Brian, sorry buddy, I forgot to answer your question there. Brian was asking...
Alpha, runway 27 left, clear to land. Surface wind 270 degrees, 25 knots, costing 3.
About removing the Premium Deluxe Heathrow, and that is correct. Sasha, I'll ask, but I think I'll be told to wait.
Information Bravo, type 787 KH1010, request transfer Ho Chi Minh.
Beth, for pushback, it takes a few minutes anyway.
Last station, no flight plan for you yet, sir.
Roger, Bill, file again.
Blue, nice. Ooh, Willie, yes, that's a great point actually. 2-3 left, isn't it?
2472 is ready for pushback, stand 502.
Uber 2472, stand 502, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start face east for speedbird 2472.
Tower Shuttle, 2 Victors, fully ready, request push and start.
Shuttle 2 Victor, hold position, I'll get back to you shortly.
We'll go hold position, Shuttle 2 Victor. So I've got to wait for Sasha to go, because he's pushed first, he's next to us, he's basically got right of way to begin taxi. So we'll have to wait for him to start up and begin his taxi sequence. In the meantime, while we wait, and we're waiting for GSX as well, we'll have a look at Navigraph. So once we taxi,
Kilo, stand 220.
we're going to depart 27 right, which is the top line of the runway, the northern runway of the two. On the umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure at 3 miles, we're going to turn left towards that Burnham NDB, which is here, 421 on its frequency. Which is also, coincidentally, 8 miles from the London VOR. And at this point, we should be above 3,000 feet and climbing over Slough, heading north towards Umlaut, which is where we top out at this, basically the altitude restriction of the SID at 6,000 feet.
Alpha, taxi right onto Alpha.
And then from there, we're off to Woburn, and away we go to Manchester, nice and quick. E-Hawk, hello, welcome. There's the question, folks. So the British Airways Shuttle service operates under the Shuttle call sign. But what is the 3-letter call sign code that it uses? Grant, good afternoon.
Turn right onto Alpha And then my stand is 220 on kilo, Shamrock 38 Alpha.
Shuttle 2 Victor, stand 520, push to start is approved, face east and caution the company traffic to your left.
Is that for a Shuttle 2 Victor, sorry?
Hey firm, Shuttle 2 Victor, stand 520, push to start's approved, face east, caution company traffic to your left.
Thank you. Caution company traffic to the left, push start, face east, Shuttle 2 Victor.
Tower, good afternoon. Speedbird 9 Delta Victor.
So it's going to be nose right.
An Airbus A320 Neo, information Bravo with QNH 1010. Clearance to Sophia, please.
Locking gear.
Beacon,
Delta Victor,
APU's on bleed, so everything else is ready. Nose will steering disconnect for the pushback.
7662.
Okay, we're cleared to Sophia then, runway 27 right, deadling to Foxtrot departure, and the squawk 7662, Speedbird 9 Delta Victor.
Speedbird 9 Delta Victor, read back correct.
Thank you, sir.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines are clear. Start at will.
Okie dokie. Ignition mode start, and we'll do engine 1 today.
Captain, you have an incoming direct
Vietnam 50, we have 3 files.
I mean, it's caution the company traffic, but I have no idea how far this will push back before we stop, so we might end up bumping into Sasha.
Echo Golf Lima at Heathrow. So what's been a flight plan for you?
Knox, the ringing sound was a V-Pilot add-on, it's VATSIM radio, but what it does is it changes the noise of VATSIM, basically, when you get a company message. Beautiful Aterium liveries.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Tower, Speedbird 173 Alpha stand 541, fully ready.
We've got flow installed as well. It's hit and miss. I do struggle to use it. I'm getting my head around it still.
Alpha, stand 541, push and start is as you stand by. 173 Alpha, after the company traffic passes behind left.
What's your showcase preset for the Fenix? Do you mean the views? That's these ones here. I put them on flightsim.to now, my big custom livery pack. There's quite a few. We go flaps 1 plus F. Watch those beautiful flap animations. Oh, someone spawned in at 526. Nice.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alberto, well, I thought I'd try it because I kept being asked about flow basically, and so I then thought to myself, you know what I'll do is I'll just try it because you guys keep asking, and that way I can form a bit more of a decent opinion of it basically. Sasha's moving.
50, you're cleared to Ho Chi Minh. Link 2 Fox departure, squawk 0355.
To be honest, I haven't really got my head around it still to this day. I'm a little bit confused by it.
0355 Vietnam 50.
Water brake max.
50, read back correct.
And we're expecting left on Alpha. Shuttle 2 Victor, request taxi.
Shuttle 2 Victor, taxi left Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Left Alpha, hold Alpha 4, Shuttle 2 Victor.
Speedbird 632 ready for taxi.
0632, also taxi left Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Left on Alpha and hold Alpha 4 for Speedbird 632, we'll follow the company in front.
Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 2472 is ready for taxi. Let's go 2472, taxi link 56, left Alpha, hold Alpha 4. Taxi link 56, left on Alpha and hold Alpha 4 for Speedbird.
Software update, restart Navigraph charts. Absolutely not. What an awful time to ask me that. Hold on, where's Alpha 4? Crikey, I quickly need to find some other charts. Taxiing Alpha 4 right down the bottom. Lovely. Yeah, VATS and radio is pretty cool. Need to go full right on the stick and full left all the way up. I've noticed my rudders needs a bit of a wiggle of the rudder pedals as well. Mark says my Fenix has started acting strange. When I disconnect the autopilot I get a constant master caution warning even using the FMC button, and the past 2 takeoffs I've had an ECAM message, takeoff inhibit. So takeoff inhibit is correct. That's basically the Airbus saying it's in inhibit mode, so it basically mutes some of the warnings that the aircraft would ordinarily give out in flight, because it knows that you are taking off. So like, you know, gear warnings and all that sort of stuff. Brian, yeah, it feels quite nice, to be honest. I think they've done a very nice job of it. The glass textures look wonderful, but you can toggle things on and off. What is this fire truck guy doing? Never trust the fire brigade. Yeah, it's nice to see fairly decent looking London Heathrow now, isn't it? Sasha, seriously? Akari is the A321 ahead of us, no worries at all. That's why I'm going nice and slow.
Tower Delta, Lufthansa 5 Charlie Victor, information Bravo A320 QNH 100. Looking for clearance to Munich.
Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. The slides can also
Lufthansa 5 Charlie Victor, Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Clear to Munich.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it, that?
0557.
If the aircraft has landed on water,
It'd be great to see what it looks like at night. So when we fly back in at the end of the stream, I will wiggle the time to bring the times forward, basically, into night time, so we can have a little look-see. Shaquille, hello, welcome. By the way, fun fact. The way that the hold points have been designated at Heathrow are quite interesting, because the ones that we're passing through at the moment, Cobra, Dingo, Snapper Rabbit, are on the top left, the most northwesterly point of the airfield, and they've actually been named after animals. The ones we're going towards, near hold point Alpha 4, Pluto, Titan and all that, are named after planets, moons, stars, that sort of stuff, space things. The ones down by Terminal 4, including like the cargo apron on the south side of the airfield, like Avro, have been named after, around cargo, have been named after aircraft, British aircraft companies. And then the ones at the very far end by Concorde, where Concorde is parked near the threshold to 27 left, are named after lakes and places in Scotland. Fuller, Nessie, Nevis, Mora, Lochie Lomond.
Seabird 173 Alpha, request please. Seabird 173 Alpha, taxi Charlie, right Bravo, hold Titan. Charlie right Bravo, holding short Titan.
So if you're not sure about where your hold point is, if you hear something like Titan, then you know you're going to where we're going now, near British Airways Engineering. If you hear Orca, then you know it's down at the threshold to 09 right. They did, Matthew.
I'm ready for the taxi, and I put that one.
Hopefully we see it, Matthew, on approach back in. Takeoff config test. 6,000 set. Josh, that's a very good question. It's tough to answer because there are a lot of places are very nice for various different reasons. Greece is beautiful.
Give me again the
Oh my God.
No problem, I'm waiting.
684, clear to Innsbruck, Detling 2, Foxtrot departure, runway 27 right, score 62.
And that's a big no-no. Don't talk over people, basically. So the controller's trying to talk to someone else. Don't then talk over. Because it just gets chaotic and it causes problems. Sometimes you can't help it, though. Look at that. Terminal 5C.
684, read back correct.
Thank you, sir.
Vietnam 50.
Mark, yes, you've got like basically an IMAX cinema for flight sim now.
Vietnam 50, stand 512, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, facing north.
Absolutely, Mark. I'm expecting the whole shebang. Expecting to turn up and find a British Av Geek mug in your hand with some whiskey in it, or G&T, and a few other bits. T-shirt, baseball cap, phone case, and a pea soup sticker on the wall.
Speedbird 139, no flight plan for you yet, sir. Sorry about that.
It's all about the pea soup socks, which I still need to order for Mikkel, who won them a little while ago. They've been out of stock since, so we're monitoring it.
684, I'm ready for the taxi.
684, taxi.
Grant's asking, do I have a video tutorial on the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 setup? I don't know. I found it pretty much mostly plug and play, to be totally honest, but at the same time for the throttle, I've binded each axis for the throttle. So engine 1, for example, the axis for that is decreased throttle 1, decreased throttle 2, that sort of thing, for reverse thrusts. There's the Kilo apron. Interestingly, there's no boards here.
Speedbird 13904 with information.
Not Kilo, sorry, hotel. There's a big board there on the Jet Blast fence that says H on it. I'd like to see that on there one day.
Manchester.
13904, clear to Manchester. 1 Foxtrot departure, score 4651.
Big Jacko, g'day, welcome.
Clear to Manchester, umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure. Squawk is 4651, Speedbird 13904.
Which bit are you struggling with, Grant? Maybe we can help you while we're live.
Speedbird 2472 from Alpha 4, runway at 27 right, clear for takeoff. Surface winds 270 degrees, 25 knots, gusting 36 knots.
Oh, Mark, very nice. Christ. That's proper cool. Honeycomb Alpha and Bravo on the way for you as well, nice. Excellent choice. Haven't got them yet. I would love to own them one day. The old Terminal 1.
668 Romeo, radio check.
That's looking pretty swish as well. All the textures are very nice. So if we were taking off in the Boeing, I made this mistake last time. You want to kind of put the stick into wind a little bit. But for this you don't want to do that because the fly-by-wire system should take it over and deal with it for us apparently. So I've just got to rotate and hope the aeroplane kicks itself into wind nicely and maintains its own track. So we cleared all the way to Alpha 4, which is the whole point for 27 right, just after Pluto. So we've got 3 more intersections of the runway coming up. Pretty much where that British Airways aircraft is there actually. And we're listening out for his handoff to the next controller too, because it will give us a clue. Turn that on now.
Speedbird 684 takes the next right, then follow Alpha.
Delta Tango, that's a good question, they used to.
Alpha all right to Alpha 3.
So previously they used to have, nice and busy over there, Air China, Air Lingus, Air New Zealand. It's been a while since we've seen that at the airport. And there's the Jolly Green Giant. I mean, that looks fantastic from a distance, look at that. Spectacular.
Vietnam 50, request taxi.
And in the distance, hopefully you can see it, centre of the screen, front and centre,
Vietnam 50,
beautiful
taxi,
Concorde.
Right Sierra, hold Sierra Bravo 3.
Right, Sierra Bravo 3, Vietnam 50.
So the giveaway question, same question for the second sector where we give away that second prize today. To be in with a chance to win one of the 2 iniBuilds Heathrow Airport sceneries we've got to give away today. You've just got to make sure you're subscribed and then answer the following question correctly. The British Airways Shuttle service, the domestic shuttle service, uses the call sign shuttle. But what is the 3-letter call sign code that it uses? Yes, there's the Fly UK 74. Is that you, Andy? Beautiful.
Virgin 651. Clear to Lagos. Max at 1 Fox departure. Squawks 2025. 1 Fox shot. Virgin 651. Read back correct. And just to be aware, your mic's a bit quiet.
So he's waiting to depart. Is that a car in his A321? It's Neo. Ah, look. Beautiful. Nice to see some very modern liveries as well in FSLTL. Hi Flyer, good question. So primarily I use FSLTL, but I also use AIG as a backup, so I've got both going on.
2472, contact London 127.1.
127.1, so through 2472, thanks for the ATC.
Through 2472, squawk Mo Charlie.
1271.
Squawking Mo Charlie for Speedbird 2472.
You were at gate 216 with information Bravo on board, request clearance.
1071. Take off memos, no blue. He's on the hold point.
756, clear to Shannon, Compton 3 Foxtrot departure.
There it is, look at that.
1256.
Q, yeah, we are overdue one of those, aren't we? A flight in the heavy. Oh my God, look at the windsock.
Engine 756, read back correct. Break shuttle 2 Victor, behind the departing company. Bar Alpha 4, line up runway 27 right behind.
Bar Alpha 4, line up and wait behind company traffic 27 right, short 2 Victor.
Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 1394, ready for push and start. Information Bravo, request clearance to Shannon.
Boing, boing, boing. All the lights and signs set as required. Let's get ready. Sector 1 of 2. Always look at the windsock, top tip. Unless the developers coded it wrong, but they haven't here. Very well modelled, properly angled as well, and it means that we can look at it and get a reading of the wind straight away. But that, I mean, that's vertical, horizontal, I should say. Gusting over 30. Was it almost 35 knots on the gusts?
To Shannon, Compton 3 Fox, squawk 7020, Shamrock 33.
Shamrock 33, read back correct.
Make sure the nose wheel is nice and straight.
218 A320, requesting Alpha close to Shannon, information Bravo.
Shamrock 381, clear to Shannon.
And we'll hold it on the park brake, ready.
6471.
Clear to Shannon, Compton 3 Fox, squawk 6471, Shamrock 381.
Shamrock 381, read back correct. Shuttle 2 Victor, service wind 270 degrees, 24 knots, runway 27 right, clear takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 27 right, shuttle 2 Victor.
Shuttle 2.
Okay, park brake off. Let's set 40%.
Fly Towers, Pittsburgh Concorde 001.
Flex. SRS, runway. Weird little jump there, a little stutter.
Concorde 01.
That's thrust set.
JFK, Compton 3 Foxtrot departure.
300 knots.
Possible to 27 left.
Here we go. D1. Rotate.
I can offer you 27 left. Clear to JFK, Compton 3 Golf departure, runway 27 left. Squawk 107.
Follow the flight directives. That's all I'm staring at now. There we are. Positive rate. Gear up.
27 left. Speedbird Concorde 0.
And we can pop autopilot on as well.
Heathrow Tower, very good afternoon. This is that 94 X-ray A320 1 stand 219. Information Bravo requesting clearance over to Shannon.
Look at that.
That 904 X-ray Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Clear to Shannon.
How realistic does that look, guys?
Score 1073.
Clear up Shannon. That's the Constant 3 Fox departure, squawking 1.
That's incredible.
3 that 94 X-ray.
That 94 X-ray.
So good.
Speedbird 13904.
Let's leave a climb.
Start approved, face north.
We are away.
Push approved, face north.
Frames are pretty good actually. Out of the new iniBuilds version 3, much improved. Bear in mind we're in the Fenix, so my system does struggle a little bit there as well with the Fenix.
Skyway 7, clear to LAX.
Through flap retraction speeds, let's go flap 0, disarm the spoilers.
Omelette 1 Fox 2177, clear to London, Skyway 7.
Shuttle 2 Victor, contact London 12771, have a great flight.
London 1271, Shuttle 2 Victor, cheers Dave.
2632 by Alpha 4, line at runway 27 right.
Alpha 4, line up.
Fantastic, lots going on, so we can't really 171 enjoy this too much because we've got work to do. We're flying a plane. Okay, so 3500, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot is at departure. London Control, good afternoon, Shuttle 2 Victors, 3800 and climbing, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure.
Shuttle 2 Victor London, hello, climb now, flight level 180.
Climb now, flight level 180, Shuttle 2 Victor, hello. Open climb.
Speedbird 2945, descend flight level 200. Flight level 200, Speedbird 2945.
Through transition. Oh. And turning at Burnham. So on this side of the aircraft, we have Slough.
Izzy 202, Romeo, runway 25, the wind is 27028 knots, clear to land. 254 land. Hearing Swan 2 Hotel, descend when you're ready to flight level 250, level by Logan.
So he's given us climb straight up to flight level 180, which is our cruise altitude for today.
Flight level 180. Hello, 10, Victor Roma. Alpine 69 Whiskey.
Welcome to you all, and welcome back to One World.
69 Whiskey, descend when you're ready, flight level 200.
If there's anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable this evening, please let one of us know. Recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. There must be security fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is switched on. If you are seated in our first or club or cabin this evening, please do take care.
Shuttle 2 Victor, flight 010 degrees.
Get lost beneath the seat. If it does, please
By heading 010 degrees, Shuttle 2 Victor.
do not move the seat. Thank you.
Vectors are ready.
Speedbird 312.
There's traffic around us.
280.
He's there. There's aircraft there as well.
312, have you got live weather? Yeah, Roger. Okay, just check that you've got the same weather as live, because you're doing 150 knots faster than everybody else in the moment. Just double check.
Oh dear. That's why we've been vectored. Somebody's not. So that's another rule. Always use live weather on VATSIM, folks. Big rule. It causes more problems than you probably realise. Samba November 859 to Honolulu 1 Hotel to Heathrow for the next leg. So I'm just preparing our route for the next sector.
Speedbird 632 with you, just passing 3,000 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Okay, there's 2 stations at once. Speedbird 632 London, Roger. Climb flight level 160.
Climb to level 160 for Speedbird 632.
And another aircraft called? Six Tracker, you don't need to ask me for that. I'll just send you on the profile. I'll call you back. So you're 2945, descend flight level.
I have to say, Coxey.
Level, Kidley.
150 speed of
Got 46 knot crosswind.
Sorry, navigation well in.
Navigation well in, shuttle to Victor.
Speed 2472, what is your indicated airspeed?
Indicated airspeed is max 0.610.
What's that indicated? So speed of like 270 or something like that?
Jacko, I don't know, to be honest. Around 30.
375 knots for speed.
Keep meaning to change my cap, to be honest. I think at Heathrow we were getting slightly less frames, near to about 20, 25. But that's bearing in mind we're in the Fenix as well. If I was in the MDG 737, I'd be flying a little bit quicker, smoother. Roman, interesting. When you say it only installs one, what do you mean? Samuel, no. All I've done is I've upgraded, well, I haven't upgraded anything, I've just pushed the sim a little bit more into 2K. So you guys should be able to watch this stream in 2K now as well, hopefully. Yeah, so 2 tips we picked up so far. Look at the windsock before departure, so you know where the wind's coming from and how it might then affect the aircraft. And then secondly, wait for someone to transmit and finish that conversation with the controller, almost like a contract between the two of them, before we then transmit in there as well. So change frequency, listen for a few seconds, make sure we're not interrupting anything, then go for it.
190, Shuttle 2 Victor, speed 270 knots.
Speed 270 knots, Shuttle 2 Victor.
115 Mike Juliet, London Control, thank you. It is a...
Andy, hello to you, welcome. In New York City, good morning. Never been, would love to visit one day. That's it, we're at cruise.
63 Echo, descend flight level 150.
So Macco Simulations created the airport we're flying into today, Manchester Airport. You can buy it on Contrail's web store. That's a great place to purchase scenery from. And they've also made Birmingham, which is sort of about here where we are at the moment.
It's an LVOS, the one that Mike arrival into Manchester.
And this Atarium livery is on flightsim.to. There's an 8K version for those of you with a bit more of a meteor forming computer. Point 3, say Coxey and don't be like Mark saying kilo Oscar kilo. Enter destination data. Forget how quick this sector is, good grief. Manchester ground, which means we have Manchester ATIS. So, actually, I can do this. I've got flow. Although it's right in the way of where I want to look. More. Okay, well, that's as good as we're going to get. No! EGCC, here we go. This is the VATSIM data. That's helpful. Oh, it disappeared as I was going to start typing stuff. Oh, for God's sake. That's an annoying feature. I'm going to write it down and then I'm going to put it in. So, transition level, level 65, 260 knots at 260 degrees at 22 knots, scattered cumulonimbus 1,400 feet.
Have you got a Lima Alpha Mike landborne 3 Alpha?
So we can expect icing if we go through those. Temperature 8 degrees and turbulence. QNH 1006. Threshold QFE 9097. That's not necessarily relevant to us, but that's fine information. Kilo is the one. Let's get that data in. So QNH 1006. Temperature is 8 degrees Celsius. Wind 260 at 22. Transition level, flight level 65.
3 Mike Lima, sorry I just missed that. Have you got that arrival also?
Yeah, we do.
Awesome. Right, next.
250.
It's a busy sector. So back to Navigraph. Let's get rid of those charts. We're doing this. Elvos, Trent, Cushy, Dane at flight level 80, max speed 230 knots, and then from there we need to be vectored round to the approach. We're expecting ILS runway 23 right, which looks like that. So if we go to the bottom, because we're on the performance page, we need to add in our minimums, which is 400 and 49 feet above with altitude.
Goodbye. And Seabird 312, descend flight level 160.
Descend for 160, street by T12.
Alpine 69 Whiskey, descend flight level 170.
In here we can check the data. 109.5 INN, course of 23. Interesting, it says 231 there. 232 on the charts. I'm going to leave that as it is though. We'll just monitor it as we go. But we're going to expect vectors all the way up here towards the approach and then in. Could do a Cat 2 or 3, auto land, or Cat 2 ILS. Well, I'm going to try and hand fly it in again. See how we go.
Descending flight level 130, inbound land.
Electric Pom, welcome on board. Roman, Callan, Thomas, Peter Huang. Hello guys, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing.
You're about 20,000 feet high for London City at your present position.
I've got a long star that I've been appointed.
Andrew said hello to you, saying surely the 737-900 should be out soon. I'll get it because I only have the 600, so a nice range between having to be able to fly in and out of small airports to long haul flights with the 900ER.
2 Victor, you are 10 miles behind a company also from Manchester, monitor Unicom 1228.
Yeah, Walker, I'll keep a lookout, monitor Unicom 1228, shuttle 2 Victor, thanks, bye.
Yeah. BD15 Mike Juliet, descend flight level 180.
Cool. So he's tried to space us a little bit. This is the first leg. Christopher, hello to you, good afternoon. Josh, that's a good question. Is Macco Simulations still going? I haven't heard from them in a while. He says, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. You raise an interesting point though. We haven't heard anything for a little while, have we? It reckons just before Trent, that's where our top of descent is going to be. And then we've got a discontinuity in the flight plan, a gap between Dane and the approach because we're going to have to vector ourselves in. Cornelius, welcome. Good day, Patrick. I have tried the new Embraer 175 in yesterday's live stream. If you haven't checked it out, go and have a little look after today. In short though, I think it's twice as much as it should be cost-wise, price-wise. Sorely lacking in a lot of stuff actually as well. So in its current form, it's no better than the Captain Sim 777. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, Cancun High Flyer is quite nice. I think they are still going, but last I heard was there was going to be an update to Birmingham coming soon, was there? Or Manchester, I forget. Andy says, when do you have to do your next Fly UK flight? I've been spending too much time on DCS lately. I'm not sure actually. I did one last week, so I've got another 3 weeks left really. Andrew asking about Volanta, does it allow you to plan flights or is it basically a flight tracker software? If you've got premium Volanta, you can have a look at the scheduling, so you can see various different routes between different airports around the world, the airlines that fly them and the aircraft that operate those routes. Sometimes the schedules as well, so you can see if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, flying or that sort of thing. For those of you who like the super realistic side of flying in the sim. If you want VOR to VOR flying, Andrew, have a little look at Sky Vector. It's pretty in-depth, to be fair. Have a little look at there. You can find the VORs and you can scroll through, look at the Victor Airways around the States, and you can manually create your own flight plan, and then you can copy it and put it into SimBrief. Or, on SimBrief itself, if you didn't already know, there is a toggle, Andrew, for VOR only flights. So you can toggle that on inside the additional settings when you're planning your flight. There's a little button about VOR flying, and you change it to that. And what it will then do is toggle, trigger a VOR only flight plan automatically, which is quite cool. Worth having a look at it if you didn't know that was a feature already. Yeah, Navigraph 8 is pretty swish. I don't think they've packed up shop. I think if they had packed up shop and disappeared, we probably could have expected maybe the Macco Simulations Discord to vanish, maybe the website to go offline. So I think they are still around. I just think that development has kind of stuttered, stumbled, frozen. Search of a better word. Keep smashing the likes, folks. Already almost 70 likes. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you've not entered the giveaway today already and you want to win a copy of the iniBuilds new Heathrow version 3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, hit subscribe first and then answer the following question correctly. The British Airways Shuttle service, what we're doing today, uses the callsign shuttle, but what is the 3-letter callsign code that it uses? Oh, Josh, Quality Wings Development. Sorry, yeah, no idea about them. Haven't heard anything for bloody ages. Yeah, was it November 2021 was their last update, I think, which now makes it seem so far away, like so far in the past, that in comparison to where we are now, January 2023, that's a wild difference of time. Have you seen as well, Fenix? I think Birdman actually, you shared it in Discord earlier, so thank you for that. Brought it to my attention. I'm going to find it so I read it out properly because I don't want to misquote anything. Or there we go. So Fenix A320 version 2 announced and IAE engine variant details. So they're working on a big meaty update effectively for the Fenix A320 as a version 2 update free of charge to everybody who already owns Fenix's A320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Fenix say they're going to introduce more details and will probably take the opportunity to also optimize their model performance. Another area of significant upgrade that should affect the current electronic flight flag tablet with a newer version which will mainly change its back office operations in order to ease future updates and development integration, but the features will stay the same. About the variant with IAE engines of the A320, something a lot of people are asking about. Its development has not got the expected progress since the team member who has the hands-on in this part of the program is living in Ukraine and is facing difficulties. Okay, that's fair. Q says, is the British Airways Shuttle separate to British Airways? That's a great question. No, it's still part of mainline British Airways, but all of the domestic networks, so Heathrow to Manchester, Heathrow to Edinburgh, Glasgow, that sort of thing, they all operate under a specific call sign of shuttle, because it used to be, in years gone by, it used to be the BA shuttle service, which was kind of operated as if it's its own little airline almost. So as Andrew's saying, it used to be a real shuttle service. Now not so much. It's still part of basically British Airways' own feeder operation and a commuter network in the UK. What do we want? We want 8,000 by Dane. So flight level 80. Information kilo, 23 right. Surface wind 260 degrees at 22 knots, so nice and breezy. But predominantly a headwind again. QNH 1006. So as we start the descent, I'll quickly change that. Yeah, so now BA just rotate their aircraft through the shuttle service. It could be any of the A320s, A319s, A321s operating on the shuttle service. It's basically another route effectively, but they use an old school call sign. 1006. Let's change that. Set manage speed. We want to change this actually to 200. It's interesting, can't change it. So we may well be gaining on people ahead of us now. Has it just kicked in? Oh, it has now. It's just slow. It was slow. There we are. We're back on the ball. Lovely stuff. Don't want to catch people too quickly. Andy says, oddly, once I flew with Lufthansa from Heathrow to Frankfurt in a brand new 747-400 that they were commissioning. Nice. Similar actually to... so when I worked at British Airways in the past, the A380 was first released. I was one of the first crews to operate on the A380. We spent a while doing the opposite to that, Andy. We were flying Heathrow to Frankfurt and back as sort of proving flights, technical training trips with passengers on the lower deck, but then we had the upper deck clear for training and familiarisation and all that sort of thing as well. That's pretty cool, Depot Dolphin. Is that a true story? Ron, we did actually, someone mentioned it in Discord. Madness, isn't it? Basically a Delta A330 landed short of the runway at Schiphol, and it closed the runway for quite a while, pending repairs. It took out a load of airport equipment. Oh, high flyer, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not that techie, sadly, but hopefully a couple of people in the chat, a lot more techie than me, that will be able to help. We'll report here, so we're on Unicom now. We'll report at Dane with a vector. So we're probably going to vector ourselves north 360 degrees from Dane down to 3,500 feet. We can go low auto brake. We'll go for reverse idle as well. We are not expecting a wet runway. If it was a wet runway, we would use reverse thrust as well as brakes. Bandit Flight Sim are welcome. Andy, you would have thought, wouldn't you? Unless they've inhibited them all, which is pretty naughty. Or Malteser, this is one of the original Airbus A320s that BA had effectively. The old bus liveries, they're the originals, they're long retired sadly. But if you go onto flightsim.to, unfortunately you can't find current ones. You can't find the current registrations of aircraft, the UPT and all that sort of thing. But this is by far the most detailed livery. Aterium liveries have created this. In fact, actually, if I got a custom view, here we go. We go into the flight, into the cabin. They've actually gone to the effort of, let's see, nice and quick before it gets too busy, creating a custom cabin look. So A320 safety card, High Life magazine, and the British Airways seats. How cool is that? Great work. Couple of miles. 10,000.
So if you're moving around the cabin or using the washrooms at this time,
Manchester traffic, speedbird 2472, 6 nautical miles short final for runway 23 right. Manchester traffic.
Manchester traffic, Shuttle 2 Victors, information Kilo, over Dane, flight level 9,700, inbound for the ILS 23 approach, vectoring 360 degrees over Dane, will report established. Shuttle 2 Victor for Manchester traffic. Armour spoilers. Patrick says, my son is asking where is everybody. Unfortunately they're not modelled. It'd be great if they were. Let's go 010 degrees actually. It's a great route, we don't often fly this. We don't fly it enough. Yeah, beautiful rainbow, isn't it? Look at that. Fantastic. And just underneath the rainbow I can see another aircraft. Some lights just there. Performance. Let's activate that now. We'll go to manage speed, which should give us green dot. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, Jeff? Ten minutes to landing. Got quite the crosswind up. So 010 degrees is actually giving us a drift of almost 10 degrees. So our track is 020 almost. Love these shuttle services, they are so fast. We have got Manchester ground online looking ahead, so we can expect 12185.
And Beaver 632 now manually vectoring for ILS 23 right, and I will report when established. Bush Beaver 632 descending to 7,000 feet.
Manchester traffic, Scandinavian 161 Echo, 6 mile, final 23 right.
6 miles, so he is the one we just saw through the cloud now actually, so he's out of our visibility, but we know he's there because we've heard him on Unicom. Matty, no, I used to be years ago, not anymore.
Manchester traffic, speedbird 2472 is down. I will disconnect.
Oh, has he crashed?
Sure did.
So 360. Jerry, no worries, buddy. Okay, so we've got someone here. He's actually closer than I'd like, so Manchester traffic, Shuttle 2 Victors, turning right 030 degrees, traffic avoidance. Where is he? There he is. Epic. Now I've got to be really careful of this terrain. The heck? Wow. Buckaroo!
Manchester traffic, Scandinavian 161 Echo, short final, 23 right.
Buckaroo! Right, let's turn. Go flaps 1. Is it 2-3? So we'll go left to 250 degrees, that should do us nicely. 10 degrees nose up is wild. Yeah, terrain could help. But we're kind of visual with the ground, so I kind of know where it is, but look at that for a view. How epic is that?
And Viva 632, number 3 for 23 right for Manchester traffic.
That's epic. Approach. Oh, the heck? He's behaving weird today, look at that. I know there's turbulence, but not to that extent. Over this side.
The traffic, let's now 458, 4 miles final on runway 23 right.
And we're establishing now. So let's just focus on here because we've got aircraft up ahead. Manchester traffic Shuttle 2 Victor is established runway 23 ILS 14 miles. Number 3. Mark said his flight was like that this morning as well. Awesome. So we've got about 2 and a bit miles ahead of the next aircraft. We're going to go to managed speed, and I'm going to ask the aeroplane to.
Manchester traffic, Scandinavian 161 Echo, vacated runway 23.
Actually, I'm going to leave it as it is for now. And we're in a queue of aircraft on final. Glide slope's about to capture. Ian says, I'm really going off the Fenix. I suddenly went into alpha floor mode for no reason, then I fought it back down. My views are all over the place and zoomed right in. I'm going back to the PMDG. Madness. Go flap 3. So we've got 3 miles on the next aircraft, which is pretty much Heathrow spacing almost. And for that reason we need to be very careful of how we fly this. Oh, a Shadowbox says, Luke, if you could only get one airliner, would you recommend the Fenix or a comparably priced PMDG 737? Currently only got the Fly-by-Wire A320 for airliners and a few smaller aircraft. 100% PMDG 737. It is phenomenal. And get the 800 if you can, a Shadowbox. Unlocks all of those awesome capabilities for flights. Spend a few minutes enjoying the views for a bit longer.
Runway 23 right, vacated.
Manchester traffic, scary 759s on short final, but we see right 5 miles.
5 miles, that's him. And Manchester traffic Shuttle 2 Victor's in number 3 in sequence, reducing speed 160 till 4 DME. Gear down, flaps full. Now I'm hoping this aircraft in front of us hasn't slowed down too much. There's another little tip. Fly 160 knots until 4 miles from the threshold and then reduce to your final approach speed. Although I might have to do that now because we are closing down on him pretty quick. That's scuppered that. So we've got to be proactive. Here we go, pea soup.
Viva 632 is about to join final and join the localizer for runway 23 right, and we will report when on final, and speed is 140 knots for Viva 632.
It's 35 knots, about 15 knot crosswind for us to contend with on final now. Havoc, welcome on board. Yeah, that's a great idea. There's a great way of putting it there, Doc. 180 knots till 10 miles, 160 till 4. Get my charts ready just in case we go around, and it's going to be a missed approach to 3,500, so altitude's set already, and the charts are ready. Cleared terrain map, don't need that, it's going to be in our way otherwise. I can see him now over the approach lights, so he's about to touch down. And we're at 4 miles. Ikari's going around, I think. Is that you going around?
Hey, what's the situation at Manchester Line? Because what's going to happen?
There are 2 on the shot final.
Perfect.
Shuttle 2 Victor's 3 miles.
That's 2-3 right, and on a 10-mile final would be the 632 Manchester traffic.
1,000.
He's picking the bad day. What he should have done is crossed over really and used a different runway. Sam, hello to you. He's Manchester ground. Says looks amazing on tower view. We've not flown into here for a little while actually. Okay, I like to fly it in. Look how bumpy this is. Let's go for it. It's fingers crossed. Put your drinks down. Put your lids on. Information Alpha, hello buddy. Come on, girl. Variable weather means that we're actually teetering on approach here with approach speeds that could go, if that headwind disappears, could go too slow and then it trigger alpha floor. Let's hope we don't spill any gin and tonic.
759 is Brother Richard.
100 above. 300.
Land mode is active, ECAM memo's no blue.
Minimum.
Continue.
632 on a 7-mile final for runway 23 right and slowing down to 160 knots for Viva.
My goodness.
100.
Light slow.
So that's because the wind changed massively there, we dropped.
40. 30.
I'm idling early.
20. Retard. 5. Retard.
Oh my good grief. That was a cock-a-wheel moment, that Big Jet TV special. That's the problem with the Fenix. Reverse doesn't work. So we just got reverse idle, and actually reverse engine 1 has failed. But anyway, we're decelerating nicely. We'll use this exit. And that helps that guy out. What we're doing, Bravo Delta. Manchester traffic, Shuttle 2 Victors vacating at Bravo Delta.
Roger, with Viva 632 is now on a 5-mile final and fully established now for 5-mile final. And speed,
hey look, it's a Skyways. Lovely. Great virtual airline. Ellis, well we just saw it. It doesn't work. Now it will. No it doesn't. There we go. So now it's triggered. Which is wild, because we activated reverse. And it happens actually most streams, interestingly. Just going to vacate past that hold point. And we'll bring the flaps in, retract the spoilers. 12185.
on board, Boeing 738 with QNH.
The Emirates is going for it.
07 hectopascals. Requesting clearance to Manchester, doing training circuits, right hand circuit, runway 23 right, please.
Zoom, zoom.
Ryanair 9 Whiskey Romeo, can you check on 505 on point?
It should be there, but I'll double check for you now.
He's coming up as an arrival.
Christopher, always the doubter. course they're set up properly. It works everywhere. It works in every other aircraft. That's what I'm saying. But it's a known bug that other people have experienced as well. It's not just me making it up.
Papa 4 via Echo Delta and Papa. Right then, let me scream. We've got the flat pad now. Negative.
I'm not going to interrupt him just yet. I'm going to tell him we're holding Bravo 2 once we're free, which is after this transmission now. Hey, Shadowbox, I've done one. It was a little bit meh, to be honest. The DC6 is a lot of fun though. That has me sweating every time. Josh says, I also have the same issue with the reverse in the Fenix. It's as if it doesn't realise you've contacted the ground.
Airbus 2587 Manchester ground, radio check please.
Can't get in yet.
Speedy 5. Manchester ground, Easy 117, can you repeat the message again?
Still can't get in yet.
Easy 117, can you check in with our flight plan? It's not confirmed.
So it's pointless forcing our way in. Well, AJ, we have cleared the runway. Manchester ground, hello. Shuttle 2 Victor's vacated and holding Bravo 2.
Shuttle 2 Victor, Manchester ground, very good afternoon. Taxi Bravo, Juliet Foxtrot, stand 41.
Taxi Bravo, Juliet Foxtrot, stand 41. Shuttle 2 Victor, hello.
Thank you.
Manchester ground, Easy 117, sir. I am unable to read you, so can you please text me?
He's given us close enough to 43, hasn't he? We'll go with that. Gate.
Manchester ground flybus 2587.
41.
Sun stand 4 with information
Bingo.
Lima on board. We're a 737-600. Requesting IFR clearance down to Heathrow.
What was that touchdown rate? Minus 218 foot per minute. That's not bad.
Yes, flybus 2587.
Christopher says the sad thing about the fly-by-wire is the 3D model actually makes me itch by how wrongly modelled it is. Yeah, well, don't forget, they haven't based the 3D model on a toy. It's the default A320 from Asobo. Oh my god. Is that touch and go?
Taxi Bravo, Bravo 3.
Mikhail, epic! 16 months. Fantastic. Thank you for your support. Golf Yankee Mike Charlie, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that tip.
Manchester ground flybus 2587 cleared on the Samba 1 Romeo departure squawking 7537.
And Viva 632 is go Bravo and hold Bravo 3 for Viva 632.
Thank you. Flybus 2587, back correct.
So there's a point. Is you've tuned frequency, don't just dive in, which is what Sasha's just sort of got himself doing, albeit most likely by accident, but you don't want to dive into the frequency because it just causes problems.
I don't know what the problem is then, I've done everything from my side.
So just wait for that transmission to finish between the controller and someone else.
Yeah, the reason why is because we're just doing training circuits right hand for runway 23 right.
Cool, let's get rid of engine 2. There's an Osprey 737.
Right, okay, there's no one above me, so call when ready for taxi. If there's someone comes on, I'll wait it off. No worries, thank you.
Juliet Charlie Mike says it's me on the A300 vintage Osprey on the gate. Beautiful. And it is the A300. Look at that. That is an aircraft we've not flown in for a little while. Spectacular, love it.
Easy 117, I don't have a flight plan, can you check in Wi-Fi up? Roger sir, give me a second.
Second sector is the return, Mark.
632, taxi, Bravo, Juliet, Foxtrot, sub 17.
Can you repeat the stand number for us, Viva 632?
17.
Was it 4? Stand 4-1.
Bravo, Juliet and Foxtrot 417, which be the 632.
Dog. I know, right?
Uniform Lima, factor wait once the Seabird A320 is passes from right to west. Continue taxi on Mike 1 via Papa Juliet, sorry, Papa Kilo Juliet.
Once the British Airways aircraft has passed
43,
right to left,
42, 41 in the corner. Taxi lights are off. We've not been to Manchester for quite a while, have we?
Ground Blue Max 90 Hotel, stand 5-1, request push and start.
Manchester Ground, easy 117.
Stand by easy 117, I'll call you back in a second. Blue Max 90 Hotel. Can you, sorry, stand by. Blue Max 90 Hotel, can you set squawk 7272, please? 7272, Blue Max 90 Hotel.
Come on. Bit of power in these engines. Let's keep her rolling. Brakes. Bar brakes set.
Blue Max 90 Hotel, thank you. Stand 5-1 for start blue face east.
Push out blue face east, Blue Max 90 Hotel.
Keyboard. You parked a bit askew. It was 0-0. Absolute madness. Here comes the jetty.
Bye-bye.
The disembarkation of the troops.
Manchester Ground, easy 117. Can you please...
and our next call sign is Shuttle 3 Lima. So let's just quickly reconnect. Mark, thank you very much. Double whammy. Rightio. Import next flight. I don't know if this is going to trigger.
Right, then I'm just going to request push start, please. Stand 5-6.
There we go. Is it still disembarking? Yes. So that's quite cool. It's almost fury-inducing, isn't it? GSX doing its weird. You parked askew even though it was perfectly 0-0-0 across the board. There's a big clue for the giveaway. Shuttle 3 Lima. Flight level 190 for cruise. Cost index, I'm going to go for 20 this time. Maybe that'll give us a cruise of about 20. Flying back to the madhouse indeed. Over beautiful London. Nice in the air, horrible from the ground.
Gate 42, have information Lima on board, requested clearance as filed to edit.
Happy days. TCAS is still active, let's clear that. Is that us? Ah, runway turn off lights on. My goodness. Look at that, Manchester's nice and busy. Thomas, hello buddy. Andy says, what does HF1 fitted mean? I would imagine this is going back to the old days when the A320 first released and launched and BA bought a load of original versions of it. To me, I would assume that means high frequency 1. I don't know.
Juliet for Mike 14, taxi, order place Mike 14.
Matthew, you know what? That happens a lot with some US carriers at Heathrow. I keep seeing them leave the strobes on, and it's really confusing, especially when I'm trying to drive behind the aeroplane. Can we find out who won that first copy then of iniBuilds new version 3 Heathrow Airport scenery for MSFS? Yes, Juliet Charlie Mike, I'd imagine so. So maybe it allows them to fly Madeira, for example.
Easy 117, hold position, traffic pushing.
Oh, he's off the runway. Cheeky, cheeky.
Position easy 117.
Mark, there is, yes.
Yeah, Mike, can you repeat the...
Right, let's dive into night bar. 74 entries. Of course, the answer was for shuttles, 3-letter code, Sierra Hotel Tango, SHT. And the winner for the first copy, out of 2 that we're giving away, is...
Juliet for Mike 14, section Mike, Mike 14, Golf and Juliet.
Adam Silverstone. Been a subscriber since July this year, congratulations. Please contact me via Discord, head into our Discord server, send me a little app ping and I'll directly message you, and then I'll need a link to your YouTube channel, your YouTube account thing, so I can verify that you are the person that's won. So congratulations to Adam. Now I don't know if it's going to pop up and say it's cancelled, but basically I've cancelled it again so we can begin the giveaway again effectively. That makes sense. If you're in the live chat, give us a wave. Right, let's focus on this, because I think I'm still disembarking. No, we're not. Happy days. Let's load the aircraft. We'll do fast time.
Okay, I'm 801 gate 42 requesting push and start.
And while we're beginning to do that, I can unload the flight off Navigraph. Import flight. Import from Simbrief. Manchester Heathrow. So we're expecting the Samba 1 Romeo departure today from 23 right. If we were using 23 left, it would be the Samba 1 Yankee departure. And that looks like this. So heading out, runway heading, 3 miles, turning right, 274 degrees. And then have this little arced turn all the way around to Tabley for noise abatement, because there's a village here somewhere that you fly to avoid. Then from Tabley heading up to 5,000 feet at Samba, and then away we go back over Birmingham Airport towards London Heathrow again for the second sector. Oh, Doc, it'll be after 3 o'clock, so yeah, we might be landing 27 right actually then. Might have a runway change. At Heathrow though, we're going to be doing the Honolulu 1 Hotel. Honolulu, Tobid, Soppit, Westcott, NDB, and then the Bovingdon VOR at 7,000. Now, this is where Navigraph doesn't really add it all in quite neatly for us. For things like Heathrow, you need to go into the charts, and in the star, you then want to find, because we're going to transition over Bovingdon for the approach, we then need to find initial approach from Bovingdon and then pin this chart, and that continues on then. So from Bovingdon, 127 degrees, 6,000 feet down to 3,500 in the turn over central London to then establish on the ILS, depending on which runway we'll be using. 3 o'clock is the runway change at Heathrow, so might have to bear that in mind. But that's a really important chart that doesn't get pinned automatically by Navigraph, so do make sure you pin it, get it all ready, and then we'll select the approach that's relevant to us shortly. What we do also need is the parking stands charts, not that one, because it doesn't give us all of the stands. We need that one. Parking stands continued, which is Terminal A. And then we need the taxi charts as well. So Heathrow, there's going to be a really big point that we're going to make at Heathrow in relation to minimum runway occupancy. In short, it's using flap 3 instead of full flap for the approach in the Airbus. High flyer, separate window, buddy. 1217.
Contact under control on 133.7. Juliet Alpha Mike 14.
Be right, and squawk 7017.
That's done. That's done.
Seabird 632, reback correct, QNH 1007, contact me when ready.
So we need to know the ATIS information again. Runway in use 23 right still for departures. That's fine. It's single runway operations. That's a good point as well, Doc. So the same as the initial approach tab that we found, we then need to do the same for places like Italy. Good point. So what are we? Information Lima. QNH 1007. Samba 1 Romeo, wasn't it? So I'm just scribbling loads of stuff down on my pen and paper. And we can find out what we're going to get from the delivery controller. So this is how you start your delivery. So I know my clearance delivery, or my VATSIM clearance tutorial video, we spoke about getting clearance, but we actually only had ground online. There was no Edinburgh delivery frequency, and that meant that we, in effect, had ground doing both roles, both delivery and the ground role, merged into one, that top-down rule that VATSIM uses. But here we've got Manchester delivery and Manchester ground, and then we're on to Unicom, I think, for a little while, unless London Centre comes online to control over Manchester, which they may have just done actually. Then we'll be handed over to them under that top-down rule. So let's get our clearance. Manchester delivery, good afternoon. Shuttle 3 Lima, A320 on stand 41. Information Lima on board, request staff our clearance to Heathrow.
Shuttle 3 Lima, Manchester delivery, good afternoon, you're cleared to Heathrow via the Samba 1 Romeo departure squawk 5416, QNH 1007.
Cleared Heathrow, Samba 1 Romeo departure, QNH 1007, squawk 5416, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Shuttle 3 Lima, readback correct, contact me when ready.
Okay. So that's the next step in that tutorial, when I mentioned about reporting fully ready. So that's what he's just asked us to do. So we're not in a mega rush. We've got 25 minutes to departure-ish. So we can board the aircraft, get all the fuel set and everything else all done. From there, only when we're ready for pushback, we can say we're fully ready. The boy Smythe said I had a very grumpy London control last week. Wasn't my fault. I guess he had a tough day. So we can put in our departure now as well. So departure 23 right, Samba 1 Romeo. Have they changed the runway at Heathrow yet, Doc?
EG64 Papa Hotel, are you able...
Let's have a look on flow.
Your flight plan, just stand by 1 second.
This is the only function I know how to use. Arrival runway 27 left still.
Hotel ready to copy?
Yeah, ready to copy.
Okay, all it is after Sonic, I want you to take Upper Lima 975 to Desig.
Honolulu 1 Hotel.
Yep, so
approach fires.
Sonic, we'll take
Bollington.
Upper Lima 975 to...
It's not, but you might find that they start to stack departures at the hold point for 27 left instead, Doc. Around about now, they'll start to queue aircraft in real life.
Information Mike, current QNH 1007.
So that's what we're going to plan for.
Cleared to Hamburg.
It's a very short route, and in that sense we need to kind of have the arrival data input as well, and then we need to think about this. So,
Easy 64 Papa Hotel. Easy 64 Papa Hotel, read back correct.
Mark says, might have to pick up the scenery. I already have Birmingham from Macco Simulations in relation to earlier on saying about the pub. Should we have a look at the pub? A couple of people have mentioned it now, haven't they? So we'll zoom across towards the pub. I do like that little Manchester decal there as well on the 8th floor. That's quite nice. There's a Ryan Scare. Christopher says, look up how to display your controls. It's useful during final to see what control inputs you do should be doable in flow. Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. Is that when people have got like their little yoke icon down the bottom here on their streams? Yeah, one of the first bespoke scenery developers for Microsoft Flight Simulator was indeed Macco Simulations. No ports, brand new developer, bringing brand new scenery, handmade specifically into Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is really nice. And we've really enjoyed it actually for quite some time. Here's the pub. We haven't got anything on final though, which is disappointing because we could have put it to the test.
Push and start, please. Stand 18, please.
Juliet Charlie Mike, no.
632. Full position, contact Manchester ground 121.850.
There's the pub.
121.850, thank you, muffle over. See you, have a good evening.
And yourself, bye-bye.
That Ryanair's gone. Christopher, yeah, I might need to get a bit of assistance with how to set that up. It certainly sounds quite good. There's good old Manchester. Was for quite some time actually one of our favourite sceneries. Kevin, good morning, I hope you're well. Yeah, definitely not raining. I think there's some rain further south by the looks of it, looking at the clouds, but beyond that it's looking pretty normal, just blustery. Here's a question for you, Christopher. Is it something we could do now? Create that graph thing on flow. Be interesting more so in a Boeing. Yeah, it was raining earlier. There was the earlier METAR about an hour before we even set up the sim. It looked pretty chaotic weather-wise. Yeah, TBS, there is that. I think for some people, they find this bit over here, the train station and stuff, a bit lacking. They want to see that complete. And the new terminal pier up in the very top end, they'd like to see that improved too. Birdman, nice. It's hard work, isn't it? Good old Fenix, removing the jetway again. Refuel is filling up with juice. How are we doing? So, fueled, cargo loaded, passengers loaded. We need those weights. So we've got 56.8. Zero fuel weight centre of gravity 32.4. Gross weight is 61.6 tons with a takeoff centre of gravity 31.1. 4.8 tons block fuel. So, init E 56.8/32.4. It's that top field. We could use fuel planning again, but we might as well put 4 points. I'll put 4.7 in. Mark, yeah, Fly Tampers Amsterdam is going to be fantastic. That'll do. And then we need our V-speeds. So, back to the tablet.
EG64 Papa Hotel, ready to push and start.
23 right, final load sheet, sync the weather.
Ground 121.850.
Packs on, 1+F, anti-ice off.
EG64 Papa Hotel.
And we're going to do an intersection departure actually, so let's have a look at this, because in all likelihood we're not going to use Juliet, I think it is, we're going to use Mike from memory. There we go. To use the Mike intersection. So that gives us a takeoff shift of 300, because we're beginning our takeoff run 300 meters into the runway, so we have 300 meters less to use, if that makes sense. We're not using the full length. 68 degrees, should have done that for Alpha 4 actually on the takeoff performance out of Heathrow, to be fair, hindsight and all that. And then our V speeds 130, 135, 135. And then it's saying 1250 for all of the engine out speeds and things, altitudes. So, $130, 135, 135. Leave that for now, we'll add that in shortly. So performance page, we need to do the takeoff shift, which was 300. That's basically telling the aeroplane we're going to start our takeoff run not at the very bottom of the runway, but 300 meters into it. So that's a really important field that we put in there. And 0.6 of the trimmable horizontal stabilizer. Interesting. So that's going to be down here somewhere. Uh, 5,000 at Samba, isn't it? Seatbelt signs can come on post refuel. TBS, nice. Is it Manchester? No, hold on. Who are we speaking to after departure? Is it London Centre, but London Sea Centre? Mikhail says this 1 terabyte is going to be full soon. Should I go for an SSD or a SATA? I've only got SSDs, to be honest. Like Mark is saying there, all of his are SSDs as well. Heads-up display or heads-up display widgets show data overlays directly in the sim. These include control inputs outside force and wind, let viewers see the work it takes to land an aircraft. I'd imagine that has to be on a refresh of the sim, right? You might have to send me the information, Christopher, of of how to do it all on Discord, perhaps. I've got Flow Pro though, so that's a tick. That's this. Oh, I've got all of the London controls. Very nice. Get him ready. 1217 followed by 12185. Oh, we haven't put the squawk in. 5416. Is Flow Pro worth it? That's a big question. I don't know. I'm still working it out.
Welcome on board this British Airways flight. Just a reminder about hand luggage. Small bags may be kept underneath the seat in front of you.
Make sure that's recentered. Rab, it was nice. Constraints, that's done. That's all set. Boarding is complete. Let's close that door before people fall out and die. Don't need the GPU or the chocks. And the jetway's toggled itself off.
Appreciate your assistance by closing the overhead lockers once they are completely full.
So, the next point of getting our clearance
Exit row, that's row 9, or a front row bulkhead.
is asking for, well, we need to be handed over. We need to be handed over to the ground frequency. Company message. So we need to say to the delivery controller that we're fully ready. That's all we need to say. And then he'll pass us across to ground. Just deal with this first. Back to a windy Heathrow indeed. Always good fun. The shuttle 3 Lima is fully ready.
Shuttle 3 Lima, hold position, contact ground on 121.850 in 2 minutes. We're just about to do a changeover, so I'll see you over there.
We'll go hold position and contact Manchester ground 121.850 in about 2 minutes. Shuttle 3 Lima, speak soon.
All stations, Manchester delivery is now closing. Do change.
A Shutterbox says, I've fallen down a rabbit hole browsing that Etsy store. Amazing, Mace. Trying to find what that's in relation to now. Can't see the comment. iniBuilds, hello, welcome. He's in the chat. iniBuilds official. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful work of version 3. It's really impressive.
Okay, no problem. Easy 64 Papa Hotel continues taxi on effect Juliet 1 via Juliet.
Continue.
So in about 5 minutes, we're going to have that runway change start to become active. We can get
after the
GSX ready, prepare for pushback and departure.
After the EasyJet coming from the right to left, you can continue taxi to runway 23.
I feel like fueling is like an impossible task because we're burning fuel with the APU. It still says refueling. How do I get rid of that? I've got an idea. Watch this. He says.
Stand by.
No, so we're going to have to go restart QATL, which has cleared the stanchion there, the little whatchamacallit.
Stand by, control change.
We'll give it a minute. Once it's all starting to load in like it's doing now, it suggests to us that QATL is ready. So, Float Pro, GSX, yeah buddy. Prepare for pushback. So we basically got rid of all of the stuff. Time to departure is -9 minutes. We don't need de-icing.
Due to icy conditions, please stand by starting engines until push is completed and brakes are set.
Christopher, nice. I will, you know what, I'll try and do that for tomorrow's Mad Dog stream. How does that sound?
Easy 359 Foxtrot, Manchester ground.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Easy 359 Foxtrot, you're clear to Belfast Old Grove. Eclad 1 Romeo departure, squawk 5014. Information Mike, QNH 1007. Easy 359 Foxtrot, reback. Golf Foxtrot, Whiskey 196, Manchester ground.
Like 001? Yeah, it's the new Volanta stream overlay, but I've custom tweaked it.
196, you filed an incompatible flight plan. Are you able to accept reroute via voice? Golf Foxtrot and Whiskey 196, you're cleared to Gatwick via the Samba 1 Romeo departure. Reroute Samba November 859 to Kidley, Kilo India Delta Lima.
Now this is an interesting one because I don't know where I want the tail. Realistically, we just want straight back. That's probably the most reasonable. We don't have a custom pushback for this particular bit.
Alright, we're clear to Gatwick by the Samba 1 departure.
So I will wait actually for actual instructions in relation to pushback once this conversation with this other pilot's finished.
196, negative. I'm going to put your clearance in text.
Roger.
Manchester ground. Good afternoon, Shuttle 3 Lima is at stand 41. Request push and start.
Shuttle 3 Lima, stand at 41. Push and start approved. Straight push.
That's Beaver 632, during monitor Unicorn 112G.8.
Push start approved, straight push, Shuttle 3 Lima. Don't interrupt people, that's the top tip.
Speedbird 632 and negative, contact London 133.7.
133.7 for Beaver 632.
Straight push back. Yeah, so once I've started a conversation with the controller, we have to finish that conversation before he can then jump in and deal with something else. So don't be tempted to just dive in and go, yeah, whatever the message is, wait for that little conversation to finish. It just makes the network better for everybody and a lot smoother as well. Otherwise it creates an element of chaos almost, actually. It's lifting the nose wheel. That's all good, that's all set. Ignition mode start.
901 Echo Echo.
Engine 1 start.
By the Eclad 1 Romeo departure squawk 0477. Information Mike, QNH 1007.
Clear to Dublin via Eclad 1 Romeo departure squawk 0477 QNH 1007.
Trying to work out who he was handed off to actually. That'll be our next controller.
Ryanair 901 Echo Echo, read back correct. And over station calling for clearance.
Gatwick ground, Gatwick 706.
Easy 3 at 59, Foxtrot stand 9, push and start approved, face south.
Peter, fascinating to watch you put your lessons into practice. It's always good fun, isn't it? Makes it busy. Towers online, says Sasha, 118625.
We have information, Mike. We're Boeing 737-800 on stand 49.
Let's pre-tune that ready. One step ahead of the game,
to Innsbruck as well.
as they say.
Skyway 706, I don't have a flight plan. Can
Engine
you
2 run.
company 3 file, please?
We'll go.
No idea if we're going to run over the thing, but it's going to come to a stop about here. That's as close as we can get, really.
Speedbird 24 India Alpha, stand 53, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start facing east for Speedbird 24 India Alpha.
What does that mean? Aircraft beached.
Calling for clearance.
Easy 269 Juliet, radio track.
Easy 269 at Juliet, Manchester ground.
Afternoon,
Going by name, saying the controller sounds like such a pro. Absolutely. Busy, isn't it?
269 at Juliet, you're cleared Belfast Old Grove by the Eclad 1 Romeo departure squawk 5232.
Old Grove, the Eclad 1 Romeo and 5232, Easy 269 Juliet.
Easy 269 at Juliet, read back.
Oh, MPS Gaming, I don't think about it.
Manchester ground, global 196.
It crashed yesterday, for those of you who weren't sure, Streamlabs. Auto brake on max. Let's get rid of ignition mode back to normal while we're down there. Arm the ground spoilers, and then in the overhead panel, let's get that sorted. The APU off. Icing's probe heat's on automatic anyway, which is great for us.
I'm just sending it to you now.
Looking at the rudder inputs and the ailerons and the elevators, and it was down 0.6. That's trimmable horizontal stabilizer. So
Skyway 706.
It's about there.
You're clear to Innsbruck via the list.
Yeah, about there. Peter, toothache.
Are you able to Samba 1 Romeo Skyway 706?
Yep, Samba 1 Romeo is fine.
Increase flaps, so flaps 1 plus F.
Skyway 706, you're clear to Innsbruck via the Samba 1 Romeo departure.
Well, she's shown us the ground pin.
November 859 to Honolulu, then continue.
Do we know that we've got steering authority?
QNH 1007.
Just going to walk off and say have a good trip. There we go, which means that GSX is off.
859 then as filed.
UR's constraints, that's all set, manage mode, and all the rest of it's good.
Skyway 706.
Skyway 706, read back correct.
Taxi charts.
Manchester Grand, Luxury 70, it's down 24 with Mike, request flight level 190.
I know, Doc, I've never had that trim either. It seems quite high, doesn't it?
Shamrock 070, Manchester Ground. I don't have a flight plan for you. Can you ask your company?
So, Juliet Foxtrot, Juliet Mike
Royal.
is what we're expecting. Mike 1.
Ground, good afternoon, Singapore 51 Heavy.
23 right.
Singapore 51 Heavy, Manchester Ground, pass your message.
So we're not going to interrupt, we're just going to wait for a natural gap in the conversation.
On stand 108 with Mike, request clearance to Singapore, please.
Singapore 51 Heavy, you're cleared. Singapore via the Sonics 1 Romeo departure squawk 6462, QNH 1007.
Roger, cleared to Singapore via next 1 Romeo departure squawk 6462.
This is where the passengers are getting twitchy going, whoa, we're not going anywhere. In real life.
Heavy, read back correct.
Shuttle 3 Lima, request taxi.
Shuttle 3 Lima, taxi, hold short Bravo via Juliet Foxtrot.
Hold short Bravo via Juliet Foxtrot, Shuttle 3 Lima. It's actually shorter than we thought. So it's going to turn right, and then that little black mark of the asphalt's roughly where we're going to stop.
A320, stand 24.
Shamrock 070, you're clear to Gatwick by the Samba 1 of Romeo departure squawk 1436, QNH 1007.
Cleared on the Samba 1 Romeo departure squawking 1436, QNH 1007, Shamrock 070.
Oh, that reflection.
070, read back correct. Easy 359 Foxtrot, taxi a holding point Kilo.
I almost got the steer correct. We are at Manchester MPS. We're back to Heathrow now though. For a fruity approach.
Easy 269 Juliet, squawk 5232.
Christopher, is there a just like a list of the steps required rather than a video? Because I can't really watch a video whilst streaming.
Shuttle 3 Lima, continue taxi, holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
Continue taxi, Juliet 4 via Juliet, Shuttle 3 Lima. I was looking at that at the same time.
An easy 359 Foxtrot behind the British Airways.
Oh, Christopher, thanks. Let me just recheck it because I'm monitoring the stream on my phone as well. It seems it's a script to see the controls, add a script to the wheel, edit that script, and you can see controls visualizer in the available scripts.
Push stop first to south, easy 269 Juliet.
Golf Foxtrot Whiskey 196, Manchester Ground.
Go ahead.
Did you get that message in text that I sent to you? Golf Foxtrot Whiskey 196.
Negative, we did not.
I'll resend it for you now.
You'll be told to take this protective brace position. But when seated facing rearwards in Club World, you must adopt this position.
Custom script.
We'll now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the closest usable exit, taking nothing with you. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the evacuation slide.
Hood.
Shuttle 3 Lima, continue taxi Juliet 1.
Lighting will
Continue taxi Juliet 1, Shuttle 3 Lima.
These are clearly signed.
That it?
359 Foxtrot, continue taxi Juliet 1.
There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft.
So now we need to change our takeoff script. There it is.
Your crew will now point out the exits nearest you.
How's that? Where shall I put it, folks? Shall I put it down at the very bottom left? Like up here somewhere, like gooey, back forwards, rudder.
Level 196,
That's what Christopher was on about. Does that look good? So now you can see the control inputs that I'm making. A bit pointless in an Airbus. But we'll leave it on for today.
196, correct. Just confirm Samba 1 of Romeo departure.
Down here we need to now change the takeoff shift, and we probably need to rerun the numbers as well now. Oops, so much going on. Trying to steer the jet, rerun the figures. Let's just do this. Departure performance.
Manchester Ground, Speedbird 24 India Alpha is ready for taxi.
Speedbird 24 India Alpha, taxi holding point Gulf 4.
Taxi holding point
Why is it not giving us Lima?
India Alpha.
Sync final low sheet.
706, we're ready for push and start. Stand 49.
23 right. Packs on.
Including mobile phones must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground during takeoff, approach and landing. Please ensure your mobile phone and any
Calculate.
devices that can send or receive calls or text messages
This is busy.
remain off.
So flex of 68. I want flaps 1 plus F.
Some electronic devices can be used once we're airborne.
Still flex to 68.
India Alpha behind it.
Okay, that's fine.
A320. Taxi holding point.
So we shall continue. Around about now, we're going to be handed off to tower. Akash, great question. It's really tough actually, because I've got a favourite in each country, and there's some beautiful examples as well. Can you wave back at your rudder for me?
Shuttle 3 Lima, contact London Control 133.7.
133.7, Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks, bye.
And Skyway 706, standard 49, pushing start cruise.
There's tower online though. On tree 7. I'll pre-tune that just in case. Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Shuttle 3 Lima is approaching Juliet 1, ready for departure.
Shuttle 3 Lima, Juliet 1 surface with 270 at 17 on the 23 right, clear for takeoff.
23 right, clear for takeoff. Shuttle 3 Lima. Lights, signs as required. Takeoff memos no blue. Strobes are on, and runway 23 right is confirmed. Let's go. Explosive, hello. Yeah, it's a beautiful rendition. It's just not been updated. Oh, I can see somebody on final. Just there. So I'm just going to speed up actually, because I don't want to cause them a go around. Bear with me, folks. We'll keep the power on at this. Go for 40. Stick down.
Good afternoon, easy 359 Foxtrot.
Flex. SRS. Runway. That's a rapid acceleration to 60 knots there. Jumped to 20 knots in about half a second. Through 100. Ease that nose wheel pressure off at 80 to 100. I was a little late doing that just on that departure. V1, rotate. Ooh, kicks into wind massively there. Positive rate. Gear up.
Clear touching down, 23 right, that was confirmed. Thank you. Shuttle 3 Lima, contact London 133.7.
1337 for Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks, bye.
And Norwich and information Charlie current ending course 10.
Leg control, hello, Golf Hotel Alpha Mike Sierra, just west of Liverpool, 1000 feet.
Auto climb.
Golf Hotel Alpha Mike Sierra, London control, hello, report leaving.
JD, you just type your answer into the chat, buddy.
Report leaving the control zone, Golf Mike
There's
Sierra.
that wiggly line. London control, good afternoon, Shuttle 3 Lima's 2,200 feet, Samba 1 Romeo.
From turn right heading 100. EZ15 Lima uniform, London.
Lap 0.
EZ15 Lima uniform, turn right
Disarm
heading
spoiler.
100 degrees.
Through the green dot.
Shuttle 3 Lima, London, hello, say altitude.
And now 3,000 feet, climbing for 5,000, Samba 1 Romeo, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Shuttle 3 Lima, thank you, climb now, flight level 190.
I'm now flight level 190, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Golf Hotel Sierra, Golf Mike Sierra, what service would you like outside of CAS?
So we're cleared to climb through the SID constraints now. Away we go.
Expect that, thank you.
That's all looking fine. And we can get those beautiful views again. I love the creativity in the chat with the call sign code. I did chuckle to myself when I thought about the giveaway question, to be honest.
At 120, I'm already direct at Walton.
Recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. There must be security fastened whenever
Alright, we'll go direct to the river mark, secure.
If you are
Hey look, there's some little Prime vans, Amazon Prime vans. I've not seen that from this attitude before. And there's the M6.
EZ15 Lima uniform, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH Liverpool 1208.
Descend to 4,000 feet,
All woofers going off. Be right back.
EZ15 Lima uniform, further right please, heading 105.
105, 150 Lima uniform.
EZ64 Papa Hotel, just request 2 minutes away please. 64 Papa Hotel, approved, report back please. KLM 934, next sector is offline, monitor Unicom 122.8, I'll see you. Good day.
Roger, Unicom 1228 and goodbye. Tot ziens.
There we go, he's a good doggo.
Good afternoon, Gen X 285 and aircraft at 737-300 at lead Bradley Sun 2, 1 let's get iPad 1 stand.
Gen X 285, line of control.
Someone was at my door and they'd not even knocked.
Lamex to Whiskey departure. Initial flight level 7.
Got back just at the right time, didn't we, through transition level? And let's get the tunes back on.
Clear to Amsterdam, Schiphol, New Lamex to Whiskey departure 32, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 73.
TCAS standby, my god.
Gen X 285, be back, correct.
Correct, thank you.
I thought I disarmed the ground spoilers, but they seem to have stayed armed, but that's all good. Let's disarm them. Pretty much whatever you do is actually just throw it through your window of your house.
Running on the screen, same thing, truck 357, 3,500.
EZ17, running 0 first to runway 26, set land.
Get old Monarch Mark.
Running on Whiskey Romeo, London, head now again. Climb now, altitude 5,000 feet.
Climb 5,000 feet, running on the screen.
15 meters, then altitude 3,000 feet. 15 meters, then altitude 2,000 feet.
We've got to think about
running on Whiskey Romeo, vectors on S23 right, flight heading 045.
flying into Heathrow now.
Vectors 22 right, 045.
Let's run the ATIS. No results means.
Lima, contact London 127.1, cheerio.
Contact London 127.1, Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks, cheerio.
leaving base, sorry, leaving British Shuttle is the basic service.
Basic service, go flex Sierra, thanks.
Too steep path ahead. Interesting.
With 632, descend flight level 150.
So we're over at Tuxa.
150, push Beaver 632.
Under control, good day. Shuttle 3 Lima is overhead. You took flight level 160 for flight level 190.
Shuttle 3 Lima, line of control, roger.
We've got Heathrow approach. I think they've just refreshed the ATIS actually, that's why there's no ATIS at the moment.
Right, 36 Alpha number.
We've got Heathrow approach online, 119.725. If you haven't entered yet, the giveaway to be in with a chance to win a copy of the new iniBuilds London Heathrow Airport version 3 scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's one copy left to give away. All you've got to do is answer the following question correctly. So hit subscribe and then in the chat type your answer for this question. The British Airways Shuttle service, the one we're flying today, uses the call sign Shuttle, but what is the 3-letter call sign code that it uses? That's what we want to know. ATC message. Choffinek have I got one of them for?
Ryanair 1808, contact ladder control 133.5.
How have I got that? I don't know.
Ladder control 133.7, Ryanair 1808, thank you.
Easy 86 Whiskey Bravo and holding point, London Luton, running 25, Alpha run, ready for departure.
Easy 86 Bravo, do you require backtrack?
Easy 86.
Have they switched the airport yet? I can't get an ATIS.
Do you require backtrack?
Sorry, second.
Ryanair 36 Alpha number, resume navigation direct Medoc.
Direct Medoc, resume navigation on it.
Lift 77 limit, descend flight level 140.
My goodness, the weather. Winds at Heathrow 270 degrees at 22 knots, gusting 32.
Board by Lamborn and descend first level 90 Canadian 26.
Hey, but then you can stand to pick up the whole thing.
Whiskey Bravo, ready for departure.
Easy 86 Whiskey Bravo, roger. Do you require backtrack?
No.
Roger, runway 25 for takeoff, surface wind is 28023, gusting 33.
There we go.
Minus copy clear to
270 at 22.
On the rate 36, reduce to holding speed in contact Heathrow 119725.
Put that in provisionally. Still got no ATIS.
Just under 77 Lima, descend flight level 120.
Brits, good morning.
That's the 4 Lima, line of control, hello to you, direct Logan to hotel arrival. Direct Logan to hotel.
Christopher, I always do that, thank you.
London control, good evening, Ryanair 100. Tango, fully ready for departure 27 Whiskey.
Gate 31 and A320, we could push back.
Easy 4 Golf Romeo, hello, push and start approved, Bravo East line.
Right, so
Push and start approved on.
now we don't know what
Bravo,
I don't know what runway we're actually going to be configuring for.
Right, I want Tango, runway 27, cliff takeoff.
Right, if in doubt.
2 degrees, 18 knots.
They're still using 27 left
Ryanair 100, okay.
at the moment.
Just under 77 Lima, bring the speed back to holding speed now, descend flight level 100.
There's 3 aircraft on approach with 27 left currently.
632, descend flight level 11.
But in real life they've already switched. Should be 27 right.
I've got your message.
Yeah, I just got the Wilco.
Okay.
And so bring the speed back now towards holding speed. There's going to be a short delay popping.
Old to Bovingdon by the sounds of it.
London Centre, Golf Bravo 337.
Good.
Yeah, I just wondered if I can do some left circuits at East Midlands, please.
Negative, sorry, too busy for that.
Yeah, landing config 3 as well.
I could recommend somewhere like Liverpool, they have a tower control online.
So we can do config 3. I've not quite got to that section yet, sadly.
Local, that can fly to.
5, we will do when we land. Thanks for reminding me. Don't let me forget when we touch down, folks.
Okay, no worries. I'll hang around Leicester and do some touch and go down there. Thank you.
632, expect to hold Bovington, contact Heathrow 119725.
Expect to hold at Bobberton and contact Heathrow arrival.
Still no ATIS.
On 119.725. Thank you much, lovely. You have a good evening.
Lieutenant Services Lima, expect to hold at Lambourne, contact Heathrow 119725.
Hold at Bovington. I'm just setting up for this. Inbound 116 degrees. With a right turn.
Right now, 100 Tango climbing 3000.
Outbound 296 degrees. And yeah, 1 minute.
100 Tango, let it control, hello, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190 right now, 100 Tango.
My god, the size of that. We'll slow down, we'll rerun that's the hold.
Papa Lima is ready for this. Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima, descent flight level 250. Transport level 250, Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima.
Right, we'll just see how we go.
Easy 86 Whiskey Bravo, climb flight level 80.
Bear with me, I am busy because I'm frantically refreshing the ATIS at the moment and we're not getting any.
I think you're muted.
Very exciting, Doc. So usually the controllers on VATSIM are pretty switched on, they're bang on the money with this sort of stuff, so they will then change the landing runway to reflect that of real life as well.
Papa, control, hello, cleared to Liverpool, Utah, 1 runway departure, score 4656.
Liverpool on the SL 1 runway departure, score 4656, score 674.
Broadcast 674, Papa, correct. Easy 86, you rather continue present heading and climb down, please.
Yeah, ATIS offline still. So that's what's on my vPilot screen, we're not getting any data sadly.
Easy 4 Golf Romeo, request taxi.
Easy 4 Golf taxi via Bravo, hold the road.
You guys are on it though.
Via Bravo, hold to Romeo 1.
We're going for 27 right though in here.
Right now, 100 Tango, direct Banto.
Maintain 250 knots, Wilco. So that's a speed restriction from the controller via CPDLC.
Continue present heading and climb flight level 80.
Continue present heading and flight level 80.
You will now see that we're slowing down. So aviate, navigate, communicate. So we're dealing with the jet first if we're a bit busy, and then we've sent that Wilco message back to ATC via ACAS.
To Logan 2 hotel arrival.
Okay, that's 240 for Logan 2 hotel arrival. Can I advance on structure?
Easy 86 Whiskey Bravo, climb flight level 160.
Flight level 160.
Amazing, mate. So I've got a flow script that allows me to just. This is the ATIS.
Climbing through flight level 113 for flight level 190.
So it's already got a pre-configured search.
Control, hello to you, Honolulu 1 hotel arrival.
Honolulu 1 hotel arrival for speedbird 24 India Alpha. Good evening, cross trend 455 Delta level 380.
There's an aircraft coming the opposite direction. He's over here somewhere.
455 Delta control, hello to you, Logan.
Is that an Osprey?
The Logan 2 hotel arrival for trend 455 Delta.
No.
Lufthansa 4
Almost.
on conversion, speed 300 knots or greater.
So we go for GPWS flat 3 landing, which means that we fly a bit quicker into Heathrow, and it's important for minimum runway occupancy or high intensity runway operations, hero ops, at airports like Heathrow. So you have to land at Heathrow in an A320 most of the time with flap 3, and it gets you down faster by another 5 to 10 knots, but it means that you're actually on the runway for less time.
Final 36 Alpha, Macco Unicorn 1228.
Monitor Unicorn 122.8, Rhino 36 Alpha November, have a good day.
Rhino 1 Tango, climb flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, Rhino 100 Tango.
Let's have another quick check. EGLL latest, here we go. Information Golf, arrival runway 27 left. Descent to flight level 110.
Easy Fargo for me, fully ready.
Send.
Fargo for me, thank you, runway 22, but take off to wind 270 degrees, 15 knots, gusting 25. So take off runway 22,
Easy.
Fargo for me.
Not changed anything else. Westcott, Bovington, in for 27 left. Radnav page now needs to be checked again. My goodness, we are busy, busy. ILS 27 left via Bovington. We'll hand fly it in again, so I'll just set up for a basic ILS, so 277. But for now, the frequency is what, 09.5 ILL, course of 269, that matches, and a 3-degree glide slope, and a runway slope of 3 as well, interesting. So 277.
Shuttle 3 Lima, reduce the holding speed, descend flight level 100. Shuttle 3 Lima, reduce the holding speed, descend flight level 100.
We'll go reduce holding speed, flight level 100, Shuttle 3 Lima.
And Shuttle 3 Lima, contact Heathrow Director, 119.725, goodbye.
Director on 119.725, Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks, bye.
Lufthansa 4, Pap.
180 degrees, descending to 4,000 feet. Easy on us.
Bear with me, folks, I am
836, confirmed flight
busy,
heading
max 220 knots.
270, sorry, Greenwich, 36.
Speed with 632, hold cancelled, leave Bovington heading 120 degrees, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots and leave Bovington heading 170 degrees with Beaver
Information
632.
Golf, big G on my notepad now.
Heading 120.
Greenwich
Heading
1011.
120 for Beaver 632.
Flybus 2587, speed 180 knots till 60 ME.
180 until 60 ME, Flybus 2587.
Get rid of the music now.
Sorry if I've already given that.
Because we are
I've lost
busy.
track at this point. Speed with 1380 behind departing American 777 via Alpha 3, line at 27 right behind.
Departing aircraft, line runway 27 right behind.
The aircraft's now going to enter the hold itself.
Speed with 245, hold short kilo. Speed with 245, hold short kilo. Short kilo, speed with 245. Tom's at 44, taxi kilo, stand 211.
My God.
Kilo stand 211, mate.
American 558, clear for takeoff, 27 right, wind 270 degrees, 22
We
gas.
just have to find a natural gap.
27 right, clear for takeoff from American 558.
KLM 66 Quebec, taxi left Alpha, hold Alpha 3.
Left Alpha, hold Alpha 3, KLM 66 Quebec.
Speedbird 72, hold Alpha 1.
Hold Alpha 1, Speedbird 7.
Heathrow Director, hello, Shuttle 3 Lima, information Golf, A320, flight level 144 for 100, holding Bovington.
Easy 1172. I'm right, heading 300, when localizer established, runway 27 left, descend with the glide.
Turn right heading to 300 and runway 27 left.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, descend flight level 90 and left hand hold from now on, please.
Level 900 and left hold and land
3 Lima, hello, descend flight level 100, it's going to be 10 minutes.
Okay, descend flight level 100, 10 minutes, Shuttle 3 Lima. So we're going to have automated holds for 3 for 10 minutes. It says set hold speed,
27 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
but when we look into it, we've got inbound course and things like that.
240, confirm for Canadian 36.
A firm.
Roger. Correct, American.
3 uniform behind departing British Airways 320.
But I just want to fly at 220. So we've set our holding speed. We're in the hold now at Bovingdon.
A320, line up by the way behind runway.
And we wait.
Flybus 2587, clear line.
And you guys can hear how manic Heathrow can be on VATSIM, which is why I don't advocate you try at an airport like this for the first time, because it's super busy. And it piles the pressure on.
Control 129.425, goodbye.
129.425, thanks for that, have a nice day.
Joey, could you imagine? It'd be carnage.
Bravo, stand 225, your wings 29 golf, thanks.
Rocking up in the Embraer of this, guaranteed to get banned.
Thanks Tyson, holding Alpha 2, Seabird 245. Condor 836, turn left heading 110 degrees.
Airplane 110, Canadian 36.
Seabird 457, holds cancelled, turn right heading 070 degrees, descend flight level 80.
Turn right heading 070, descend.
Exactly, JD Macco.
Can you 406, hello, hold, begin, delay 10 minutes.
Hold it, begin, Kenya 406.
1380, clear takeoff 27 right, wind 27
You've got to
degrees,
kind of listen to what's happening around you. Different aircraft doing certain things, but at the same time, you've got to filter everything out until you hear Shuttle 3 Lima, which is our call sign today, then your attention spikes.
Yeah, I know, there's like 10 other planes there. Speedbird 632, descend flight level 80.
Descend to flight level 80 for Speedbird 632.
Shuttle 3 Lima, descend flight level 90.
Flight level 90, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Speedbird, disregard, sorry. Lufthansa 7.
Descent in the hold.
Good afternoon, we are on stand 224, we've got Golf, requesting clearance to Casablanca, please.
Stand by for data length. Lufthansa 77 Lima, speed 220 knots.
So I've set 220 knots because that's what everyone else has been given.
180, 26.
Easy 117, maintain 180 knots till 60 ME.
Not dark yet, Yapagod. 42 departures at Heathrow and 49 arrivals.
Swiss A320 via
Incredible.
Alpha 3, line up 2. 7 right behind.
After departing Swiss, line up and wait 27 right behind, KLM 6.
Right, let's use this opportunity to talk arrivals.
Takeoff 27 right with 270.
So we were talking about high intensity runway operations, heroes, or runway minimum occupancy time. And it's important somewhere like this. We can hear how busy it is. So there's not only us flying in, there's 30, how many did MPS Gaming say? There's 49 arrivals heading into Heathrow in the near future, including ourselves. So we've got to use the runway properly, efficiently. 27 left. So we're going to land on 27 left. That's this runway, the southern runway. Now if we try and vacate somewhere like November 4, Whiskey November 4 Echo, it's impossible. And we're going to have to bleed a lot of speed off to make the turn. Same with November 5 Echo. But if we look at November 6 or November 5 Whiskey, they're high-speed exits because we can come off and carry a bit of speed, then brake, vacate, then left on Alpha. So we'll go off at November 6, ideally this is the plan, vacate at November 6, carrying about 40 knots, 50 knots as we come off the runway, brakes to 30 knots, through November 6, we vacated the runway, then left on Alpha to come to a stop at this little bit here between November 6 and November 7. And at that point we should be given taxi instructions back to Terminal 5. If we come off at Delta, we're going to have to take a lot of speed off because that's a 90-degree turn. So we've got to take a lot of speed off on the runway, which means that we're on the runway for a longer time. Same with November 5 Echo. So November 6 is the best one for us. We're landing flap 3, which means we're coming in a lot quicker as well.
Speedbird 1380, contact London 127.1.
All going on.
127.1, Speedbird 1380, goodbye.
EG 117, cleared land, 27 left, wind 270 degrees, 22 gas.
Company message.
KLM 6. Keep Quebec, clear for takeoff 27 right, winds 270 degrees, 22 gusting 32 knots.
Please take off on my 22, correction 27 right, Cayman, 650 approach.
Swiss correction speed with 632, 10 right, heading 240 degrees, when localizer established 27 left, descend with the glide.
Ian just had to crash to desktop when I was looking at the hold, unbelievable. Oh, that's not good.
Descend on McGrath.
Is there anything new that may have triggered it?
457, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots,
Critic, the online authentication is to prevent all those rips of stuff that people seem to do and enjoy.
Kenyan 406, holds cancelled, leave
So
Biggie and heading
business-wise, it's very clever.
flight level 80.
Full is begin heading 275.
So before we leave this hold, we've got to get down to flight level 70. Andrew knows all default, buddy.
Skyways 181. Push and start approved, face east, QNH 1011.
Face east 1011, Skyways 181.
Speed was 457, turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Left heading 360 degrees, speed 457.
Condor 836, speed 180 knots till 60 ME.
180, 160 ME to connect 360.
Shuttle 3 Lima, holds cancelled, leave Bovingdon, heading 120 degrees, speed 220 knots.
Heading cancelled, leave Bovingdon 120 degrees, speed 220 knots, short 3 Lima.
Speed with 72, behind departing Eurowings A320 by
So leave Bovingdon, which means we've still got to overfly Bovingdon. 120, speed 220. Writing that down because I'll forget. It's only in your short-term memory for a few minutes.
32 knots, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
So we'll get to Bovingdon, and then from there,
QNH 1011.
120.
Speed with 632 to check your establishing on the left side, please.
Golf 1011, requesting Christmas start.
Speed with 632, check your establishing on the left side, please.
Stabbing on the left side, we'll be stabbing on the left side, push speed for 62.
so that's just a Wilco,
Turn left, heading
or
240
a
degrees,
firm.
when localizer established 27 left, descend with the glide.
Turn left heading 240 degrees, when established ILS 27 left.
German Flight Sim, that's a good question actually. No, just guesstimate.
77 Lima, descend flight level 80. Lufthansa 77 Lima, descend flight level 80. KLM 66 Quebec, contact London 127.1, goodbye.
Okay, we're at Bovingdon. Heading mode's now active.
1, goodbye, KLM 66 Quebec. Seabird 398 Romeo, radio check.
I'm going to click immediate hold, immediate exit of the hold, so the aircraft knows we're exited the hold. There we go, it's now deleted the hold.
Speed with 398 Romeo, squawk 3444.
And we're out of the hold now. So that's where our original flight plan lines told us to go. He said 120 degrees, didn't he? I read back 120 and he didn't correct me, so...
I've not got a flight plan for Los Angeles.
VFR Randy, hello.
36, cleared line 27 left.
Says love the Wilco, can save so much time. So Wilco just means will cooperate. So if they give you an instruction that's not a mandatory readback, you can just say Wilco, Shuttle 3 Lima. So that's me telling the controller, yeah, I will comply with your instructions. Roger just means you've understood the message. So you could say, you know, I don't know, traffic, so it could be traffic information. You've got an Airbus A320, 10 nautical miles west, left to right, and you say, Roger, looking, Shuttle 3 Lima. So you understood the message, you're looking for that traffic.
Eurowings 9701.
Yeah, I had a problem with my simulator, I will disconnect.
Speedbird 398 Romeo, requesting push and start, flight 27 with Golf.
And we're still at flight level 90.
Take off 27 right, winds 270 degrees, 16 knots.
Let's take off 27 right, Speedbird 7.
All stations, information hotel, QNH 1012. Break, Speedbird 398 Romeo, push and start approved, face east.
1012.
Push and start approved, face east, 1012. Speedbird 398 Romeo.
Kenyan 406, 25 miles, 27 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
4,000, 1012, Kenyan 406.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, turn left heading 110 degrees.
And fully established for ILS 27 left for Heathrow.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, turn left heading 110 degrees.
And there is the iniBuilds London Heathrow again.
Speedbird 632, maintain 180
There you go, Mark
until
Smith.
60 ME.
Wilco will
Maintain
comply, hence
180
Wilco.
knots until 60 ME for Speedbird 632.
There's that speed restriction we talked about earlier.
7 speed 180 knots till 60 ME.
The 180 to 6 for him, 160 till 4 for Sasha.
Line up and wait to 7 right road, in 805.
Okay.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, 25
Get set up
miles,
for the
27
approach.
right, descent, correction 27 left.
This is
Sorry,
busy,
descent to
so you're going to hear me
4,000
throw
feet,
responses
QNH
back as quick as I can to the controller, so I don't then cause other delays. So trying to be nice, quick, short, snappy, accurate on the radio. There's an aeroplane.
Speedbird 4, standby.
Going across, left to right. It's now active on
I'm about to get a
TCAS.
bunch of extra controllers, so I'm just going to wait till they come on if you don't mind.
That's fine, Speedbird 4.
Speedbird 72, contact London Control 129.445, goodbye.
1217 for ground.
Your legends 12945 through 72.
Luft Shuttle 3 Lima, descend flight level 80.
So flight level 80, short 3 Lima.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, 25 miles, 27 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Ah, ground's gone offline now.
All stations on the ground, contact ground 121.7.
Heathrow direct, KLM 57 Foxtrot with you descending to 1,000. Sorry, flight over 100.
KLM 57 Foxtrot, hold Lambourne, delay 10 minutes.
Hold Lambourne, KLM 57
Yeah, Roger's a good one
Continue
when you don't want to
right,
commit
heading
to a
270
contract
degrees.
with the controller. So if you say Wilco, you are committing to a
Sorry,
contract
I folded it up. Brake, Lufthansa 77
with the
Lima,
controller
right,
to
heading
say
180 degrees, speed 180 knots.
you will comply, you agree with what they're going to say, you understand it, and you're going to do what they've
Lufthansa
asked.
77 Lima,
If you just say Roger,
180
you're not
degrees,
committing to
speed
that
180
contract, and that's really key when you're flying VFR.
27 left, winds 270 degrees, 16 knots.
This is land for Speedbird 632.
Condor 836, welcome to Heathrow, taxi
Landing
right
3,
on
light
Bravo,
signs,
hold short Lima.
that's all good. Going to go through some cloudy woo.
Bravo and Roger by Lima, Condor 836.
Speedbird 457,
Water brake low.
approach speed.
Reduce final approach
Water brake, ground spoilers armed.
Scandinavian 805, clear takeoff 27 right, winds 270 degrees, 16 knots.
Definitely feel like my capacity bucket is full.
Lufthansa 77 Lima,
Beautiful,
turn
isn't
right,
it?
heading 240
That,
degrees, clear
now,
ILS
that is
27
incredible.
left.
240 degrees on the right, ILS and 269.
Shuttle 3 Lima, turn left, heading 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees, shot 3 Lima.
Speedbird 245, line up 27 right. Lining up 27 right, Speedbird 245.
Left 320.
Speedbird, not 40 Alpha, Roger.
Here's
hold,
another
taking
one.
Delay 5 minutes.
If, for example, they said to us, turn left heading 180 degrees, don't turn right, there's a reason for their request to go left, so then turn all the way left, scroll the heading bug all the way around, keep going until you get bound to 180. Another top tip.
121.7, Condor 836.
There's TCAS aircraft there,
on the ground, contact
TCAS
ground,
aircraft there.
121.7.
It's getting super busy.
Scandinavian 805, contact London 127.1.
R2 127.1, Scandinavian 805. Enjoy the party, bye.
Kenyan 406, speed 180 knots, turn right, heading 020 degrees.
Madness. Hope you guys are enjoying this. That's some extreme.
Speedbird 245, clear for takeoff 27 right.
So he's vectored us away from him, although he's now towards. We've got him. There he is.
Shuttle 3 Lima, 25 miles, runway 27 left, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Roger, descend 5,000, QNH 1012, short 3 Lima.
Shuttle 3 Lima, thank you, turn left, heading 240.
Left 240, short 3 Lima.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, maintain 180 knots till 60 ME.
5 whiskey.
240, 5,000, through transitions, 1012.
Degrees, 16 knots.
Clear to land 27 left, Speedbird
Standby instruments set as well.
Speedbird 632, contact ground 121.7, goodbye.
121.7 for Speedbird 632, thank you much for the good luck.
Heathrow direct, good evening, call 455, that's level 1.
David's down at the Calm of Edinburgh. Edinburgh's a great one to start with on the network, folks.
Altitude 455 Delta, Roger, hold Lambourne, delay 10 minutes.
There's that airplane just crossed us with a traffic hurt. alert.
3 Lima, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, short 3 Lima.
Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima, hold cancelled. Leave Lambourne heading
Flaps 1.
270 degrees.
We go through green dot. I'm going to tell the aeroplane now in advance that we're going to be in the approach phase of the flight.
All stations, Heathrow information, India QNH 1012. The new landing runway is 27 right.
My God. Look at that.
406, runway
Like a
27
swarm.
left, turn left heading 360.
Left 360, 27 left, Kilo 406.
Shuttle 3 Lima, turn right, heading correction, turn left, heading 130, runway 27 left.
Left, sorry, repeat again, please, short 3 Lima.
Shuttle 3 Lima, turn left, heading 130, runway 27 left.
Left 130, 27 left, short 3 Lima, thanks.
Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima, landing runway 27 right.
Roger that, 27 right.
That, I mean, that's a prime example where
Juliet Alpha Mike
that
14
didn't
Heathrow.
match with what I expected in my brain. So I
don't know what the
got
hell you think you're
confused.
doing. You don't connect in an approach sector. Turn left heading 260 degrees, stop descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Look at this. Central London.
Kenya 406, turn left heading 300.
That explains the carnage, Sasha.
27 left, descend with the glide.
People have spawned in on approach, which is not good.
Shuttle 3 Lima, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Send 4,000 feet, shuttle 3 Lima.
Speedbird 457, contact ground 121.7.
Ground 121.7, Sterling works, thank you, good evening.
My God, we're getting surrounded. The controller is doing a fantastic job. I rate him 12 out of 10. This is incredible work from the controller, guys.
Shuttle 3 Lima, turn right heading 240 degrees, when localised or established 27 left, descend with the glide.
Right 240 degrees, when established, descend with the glide 27 left, short 3 Lima.
Heathrow Tower, Heathrow 123, 556, information hotel clearance to...
This is where we get that beautiful central London view.
Contact ground 121.7.
Ground 117, sorry, Speedbird 13.
Lufthansa 3 Papa Lima, descend flight level 80.
Flight level 80 for Papa Lima.
Pretty awesome.
Speedbird 40 Alpha, hold cancel, leave Begin heading 275, descend flight level 80.
240, 4,000, 180 till 4. 4,000 and level now. We're going to go to flaps 2, just to help the pitch of the aircraft.
406, maintain 180 knots until 6 DME.
18026, Kenya 406.
And then we are the last aircraft.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 DME.
Roger, 180 till 6, shot 3 Lima. Approach mode is now active.
Get up by 7 Foxtrot, hold cancelled, leave Lambourne heading 270 degrees.
Hold cancel, lead Lambourne heading 270 degrees, Kenya 7 Foxtrot.
Speedbird 245, contact London 129.425.
Let's get that visualizer back up.
129.425, thank you for service and good luck. I've got other controls now, I'll be fine.
What's that wiggle for?
Lufthansa 104, hold Lambourne, delay less than 5 minutes, descend flight level 120.
180 till...
120 and repeat holding point.
Was it 180 till...
Lambourne, left turn.
For the Lambourne
6?
left turn, Lufthansa 104.
Canon 57 Foxtrot, descend flight level 90, speed 220 knots.
Flight level 90, speed 220.
It is default city scenery. I thought I had the Allbex London in.
Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima, turn left heading 180 degrees.
Left heading 180 for Papa Lima.
Kenya 406, contact tower 118.5, goodbye.
185, thanks for
Look at that.
ATC, Kenya 406.
Lufthansa 4 Papa Lima, approximately 26 miles, runway 27 left, correction 27 right, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Right, let's get the controls back up, let's focus on this.
1012 Lufthansa for Papa Lima.
Altitude 455 Delta, descend flight level 100, verify information India.
Information India, descend level 100 to strand 455 Delta.
KLM 57 Foxtrot, verify you have information India.
We have information India, KLM 57 Foxtrot.
Speedbird 40 Alpha, confirm you have information India.
Information India, Speedbird 40 Alpha.
Shuttle 3 Lima, contact tower 118.5, goodbye.
185, shot 3 Lima, thanks, great job. .185, followed by ground, 1217. Tower, good afternoon. Shuttle 3 Lima is established 27 left, 11 miles.
Shuttle 3 Lima, Heathrow download, continue approach number 3.
Continue approach number 3, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Lufthansa 77 Lima, Heathrow.
Oh, right at the edge of flap 3 now. Last chance to answer the question, folks. Get yourself in with a chance to win one more copy of the new iniBuilds London Heathrow Airport version 3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. My goodness, look at all those lights. Spectacular. Busy, 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 busy. Number 3, Critic, great question. Yeah, means that I'm third on approach. So I've got 2 more aircraft on final approach ahead of me. 180 till 6 means we're coming in really fast. AJ Fernani, things I learned from today. Don't be a Maxim controller on Friday the 13th stream. Landing is down 3 green, flap 3 is set for a flap 3 approach, ground spoilers armed.
Kenya 406, 27 left, wind 270 degrees, 16 knots, clear to land.
Quarter left, 27 left, Kenya 406.
3-3, let's get that set for the missed approach, just in case. We're going to scroll that wheel across. Ready to go. 7 miles, I'm going to begin to decelerate the aircraft. It's going to take a mile to get down to about final approach speed, roughly. And landing memos no blue, flap config 3 is confirmed there as well. To reset the view. Yeah, you only get 1 entry, so if you've entered, you just got to say it once. You won't get bonus points for spamming the chat. Now the tower seems so calm in comparison, doesn't it? And final approach speed. Looking good. Headwind of 22 knots. And there is a lot of aircraft on the ground at Heathrow. Look at that. That is spectacular. Keep smashing the likes. We're waiting for that aircraft's now vacating ahead of us. Actually, I can see that there. There is a problem.
Unfortunately, traffic ahead of us.
He has got stuck. He hasn't vacated onto Alpha, which is, you can't do that at Heathrow.
You should have seen that and gone to the next one.
Head off and vacate left or right, depending on what terminal you need to go to. But he's got to get out of the way for him to then vacate the runway, because the runway isn't clear for us at the moment.
Papa Lima, 4,000 feet, ILS 27 right. Lufthansa 4, Papa Lima, Heathrow download 27 right, wind 270 degrees, 16 knots, clear to land.
Clear land, Shuttle 3 Lima.
27 right for Papa Lima. Negative, only for Lufthansa 4, Papa Lima.
Roger.
Shuttle 3 Lima, runway 27 left, wind 270 degrees, 16 knots, clear to land.
Clear land, 27 left, Shuttle 3 Lima. We've got like some weird parallel approach going on. That's really confused me.
$500. 400.
That's on Cushion Kenya 406, contact Heathrow ground on 121.7.
117, Kenya 406.
Bumpy. Where's Concorde? Can't see it. There it is.
200.
Beautiful.
Minimum.
Wind is quite choppy. It's actually causing us to float a little bit. There's beautiful Concorde.
100.
Watching the runway. The end of the runway now for depth perception to where I'm going to throw my view.
50. 40. 30. 20, retard. 5.
Oh, baby. Oh, I've got unequal reverse. Kill it. Fenix, for goodness sake. Fix the damn plane. Okay, we're going to vacate here. November 5 Whiskey. Behind the Kenya. So my brakes... That got spicy very quickly there. Blown up. I do for visual flying. So now at Heathrow, big rule, vacate left on Alpha because we're going to T5. Short 3 is vacated. November 5 Whiskey left Alpha. Silence. Shuttle 3 Lima's vacated, 27 left.
Shuttle 3 Lima, roger. Contact Heathrow ground on 121.7, bye.
Ground 1217, Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks, bye.
You're wing 4 Papa Charlie, to taxi. You're wing 4 Papa Charlie, taxi straight ahead, hold Lima 1. When Lima 1,
there has been mention of it in their Discord, Crystal, I'm sure of it. You guys will confirm otherwise in the chat if you have had the same problem.
And Tower 1185, thanks.
But now if I do it, same thing. I've got reverse idle.
398 Romeo, we're having a bit of a problem here. I'm going to have to reset.
Now if I do it again.
Try again. Yeah, it's the aircraft is
reverse 1 and 2.
But as you can probably see, I'm not
Weird.
going anywhere. Yeah, no, it sucks.
Ground hello, Shuttle 3 Lima's vacated left Alpha.
Shuttle 3 Lima, welcome to Heathrow taxi stand 521 via Alpha and Yankee.
521 via Alpha Yankee, Shuttle 3 Lima, thanks.
Walker 2099, request push. Walker 2099, stand 212, push inside approved, face south.
Face south, push inside approved, Walker 2099.
And you disconnected. Just gave up on life. No, I can't do this anymore. Oh my god, how many gates?
Stand 219, push inside approved, face south.
You have to click through every page. 521.
12 Fox. You're doing 4 Papa Charlie, tower down 1185, bye bye.
521, there we go. We don't need a follow me car. After that, we're almost there. Runway turn off, lights off. APU's available.
Pivot 1554 taxi, third left onto Bravo, hold Lockheed.
Birdman says, I've had the reverses problem many times as well.
Good 123 after the British Airways 7478 clear push.
Gear Up Aviation's asking if I keep auto throttle engaged during final in the A320, will it automatically slow down to final approach speed? Only if you have gone into managed mode.
Still waiting for push and start. I cannot see you.
Bacon Sani, hello. Ooh, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back, folks, to London Heathrow. We'll have a look in a second once we park up, see how busy it is.
Skyways 151, sorry, the stand number again, please.
And Fritz, yeah, sure, says once we get parked up, do you mind showing us your sim graphics settings?
Correction, umlaut 1 golf for 27 left, 6002. Split to Manchester on the umlaut 1 golf 002, Skyways 151. Skyways 151, correct.
Suppose we can hide the control visualizer now. That's really cool, Christopher. Thanks for pointing that out. Really nice to be able to show you guys the controls we're using, especially in that 737 or in the Mad Dog tomorrow we're fighting the jet. Be interesting to see. There's the final reminder for the giveaway, folks, as well. The British Airways shuttle service operates under the shuttle call sign, but what is the 3-letter call sign code that it uses?
2235.
I hope he turns left. There we go. Because they've switched runways now, so all the departing traffic is being routed on Bravo. The departure's on 27 left.
Welcome to Heathrow for now. Taxi second left onto Bravo.
521 is the one next to the one we started from.
You're doing 4 Papa Charlie if you've not done so already, Tower 1185. Giant 44, amazing, thanks for that. Stand 601, push and start approved.
God, look at the textures reflecting off the glass there. That is incredible. That new iniBuilds glass surface on the T5 textures there, that is really special.
Walker 2099, Roger, you can taxi.
Look at that.
And then just hold
And then someone ruins it by parking a Norwegian at T5. Only on that sim. That's pretty cool, right? What an upgrade. Let's get that taxi light off as we turn onto Yankee and into the cul-de-sac, which is horrible to drive around in real life, by the way. I drive into and around Yankee and on the apron at work, and it is hard work, especially at night. 521 is that one there.
Let's stand to 4 Papa Lima. Just continue down Bravo for the moment. You can expect stand 212.
Get rid of engine 2.
Stand 4 Papa Lima. You can taxi stand 212 via Bravo and Kilo.
Bravo and Kilo for Papa Lima.
And to stand 212.
Stand 212 for Papa Lima.
In true BA shuttle service style, we're ragging it into the stand.
London, good evening. FedEx 55 Kilo with you at stand 605. Information India is on board. Temperature 800, requesting IFR to Reykjavik.
FedEx 55 Kilo, good afternoon. Clearance is to Keflavik.
Bingo.
1 Golf 46.
That's not bad, is it? Sporty.
Yes, Reykjavik.
Engine 1.
Departure.
Up here.
Squawk, please.
Beacon. Seatbelts.
Squawk 4621, FedEx 55 Kilo.
FedEx 55 Kilo, reback correct.
Peter Brown, Super 20 Alpha.
Let's see if it's going to load.
40 Alpha, Roger, thanks. Just continue right onto Alpha.
Continue right to Alpha, Super 20 Alpha.
Oh, it's untoggled the jetway. Bloody thing.
Giant 44 taxi via Sierra hold Sierra 1.
Sierra 1, thanks.
Chris says, what is your thoughts on flow? Good question. I'm still getting my head around it. If we look at T5 at night.
Call in, stand by, brakes to 123, hold position. Brakes, Speedbird 4, contact tower now 1185, bye bye.
Speedbird 4, tower 118,
Speedbird 123, taxi
that
second left onto Alpha.
We use the old school one.
Second left, Alpha hold Lowman, Speedbird 122.
Speedbird 91 after the British
that.
Airways correction. After the company 787 is clear, push and start approved from 5.
That is incredible. Look at Terminal 5.
Ground Turkish 12 Fox requesting taxi.
Turkish 12 Fox behind the second.
What a difference they have made in version 3. It's just remarkable, isn't it? And even the stands and the lighting around the apron is just... Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. It's just incredible. Look at this.
4 Oscar
That's incredible. Look how good that looks. Fritz F, yeah, that's beautiful.
You can follow the Turkish A320, taxi via Kilo, second left Alpha, hold Lomond.
My God.
On the Turkish left out.
Yeah, performance is quite cool. Christopher says, I'm so getting flow, that crappy top menu drives me insane. I must the old FSX right click for the menus. Why poke the top of the sim and then wait for a stupid animation? Yeah, this is 15 quid on sale at iniBuilds. Is it blown up saying?
Sorry, I don't know. You have to put it in text to me, please.
Live says, can we move the camera inside the buildings? Well, we're going to go here first, into the tower.
Make sure you've got your full set, please, and the transponder on.
Heathrow ground, Kevin Thompson, put shot with you, Alpha 10 Echo.
Sorry, Sally. Oh, keep zooming in on Sally's face.
Kevin 57 Fox,
Oh, for goodness sake.
standby.
There we go.
40 Alpha, taxi stand 507 via Alpha.
507 via Alpha.
That's cool. I mean, in reality, it'd be really dark up there, though. There'd be no lights.
Left hand to 78 Bravo, stand 311.
30% off until the 17th for miniBuilds. There we are. Thank you guys for clarifying that. We're going to zoom around here to the forecourt of Terminal 3 because I do love the lighting here.
KLM 57 Fox, that's the straight ahead Echo for now, please.
Straight ahead onto Echo, KLM Thompson.
It'd be nice to see a big, juicy Virgin Atlantic sign there one day. And we've got Terminal 2. Sorry, lots of panning and stuff going around. Sorry if it's making you feel a bit seasick. Baker Sonny says that man there is playing Galaxian. Even the engineering base over there looks fantastic.
I-10 doesn't really work for me. I need the transponder turned on, mate. Roger that.
And there's Terminal 2.
I'll disconnect and try again. Sure, thanks, mate.
Oh, a bit late on the cache loading in there. There's the people. Look at that.
Giant 4-4 contact tower now 1185, bye-bye.
1185, thank you.
Love that model. Silver Spitfire's beautiful. And the frames per second seem to be the same as the previous version, to be honest. So yeah, quite good. You can toggle inside the ini manager. For those of you who buy it from that part of the world, you can toggle it on and off.
Left on Bravo, Kilo.
Where's Concorde? It seems to have disappeared. It's supposed to be right in front of us.
Apologies, continue straight ahead, KLM Thompson, full shot.
Stuff is slowly rendering in. Oh, there she is. We go back to live time, shall we? There we are. Good old Concorde. Should we draw the winners? Let's position for some landings as well. We've got some on approach, haven't we?
KLM 57 Fox, your stand number is going to be 307 via Echo and Bravo. Good night.
307 by Echo and Bravo, KLM Thompson.
Yeah, so what are the questions we had today? We had, can we see the sim settings? We've seen, well, there was another question as well, wasn't there, from earlier on?
Readability is 5. VB962 stand 247, push and start approved face south. I think you was called in.
Push and start face south, VB962.
Let's see. Get towards that windsock. We go towards RVP North to park.
Request clearance and order to Hamburg and X-ray is on board.
Look at that touchdown zone. Easy fella, Big Jet TV style.
No problem, Star 18, bye-bye.
So, you wanted to see the general options, the graphics, didn't we? Matteo in just a few minutes. So that's what we're running on at the moment, 2K. So I'm now pushing my system to the absolute max of what I can get away with, whilst then pushing out a stream as well. If you're not streaming, you can probably push it up a little bit higher, perhaps. But yeah, at 2K. VSync is on. NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency is on. That's a new setting. I don't remember turning that on, but hey ho. DirectX 11 is still being used by me. And then we've got terrain leveler detail at 150, off-screen terrain pre-caching, all of those on high preset effectively, all the way down to anisotropic filtering. That's on 16 times. Texture super sampling 8x8 and then going down the high preset on everything again. Shadow maps 1024, terrain shadows 512, cube maps 128. Bloom is on, motion blur is off, lens correction is off, lens flare is on, and glass cockpit refresh is on medium.
That link to Golf 6474
Correct.
We should have. There we are, we've got one on final. So, we've got one more London Heathrow Airport scenery to give away now, and this is mind-blowingly good, this upgrade. It's really impressive. So good luck to everybody who has entered, and thank you to those of you who have taken part. We've got 124 entries now, it's incredible. We've already given one copy away to Adam Silverstone. If he is in the live chat, I don't know if he's pinged me on Discord yet or not, but if you do get drawn as a winner, you've got 24 hours to get in touch with me to claim your prize by pinging me on Discord or emailing me directly on the channel's email address of britishavgeek1@gmail.com.
But 870, sorry, just confirm it's 27 left via Detlin to Golf.
Thank you as well, especially to our controllers today, because they have been incredible. That Heathrow director specifically, just exceptional work. Didn't stop once.
Is there anybody that is waiting for me that I forgot about?
The answer, of course, to the question of the British Airways Shuttle service uses the call sign of Shuttle, but what is the three-letter call sign code that it uses?
Lufthansa 78 Bravo, give way to the KLM 737.
The answer was SHT.
Lufthansa 78 Bravo, just hold position, I'll call you back in 2 seconds. Roger.
Change to tower for a bit, listening to the arrivals.
KLM 05 Romeo, 25 miles, runway 27 right, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Okay, the winner is gridfree.ca. Our second winner for today. Do contact me on Discord and or email perhaps as well if you wish, and you can claim your prize. We'll get you sorted. Thank you to everybody who's hit the like button so far. All of our new subscribers, it's great to have you on board with us today. And 2 hours ago, Golf Yankee Mike Charlie dropped in a super chat as well, so it's very generous of you there too. Brussels Airlines.
Hello, for X-ray, with you.
For X-ray, Echo.
I haven't quite got the rotation settings quite right.
122.8.
122.8, thank you very much. About to say goodbye for X-ray.
There we go.
79, speed 160 knots, the Graceville 4 DME, confirm established 27 right.
We can change the drone camera.
160 or greater.
Boober 779, thank you. QNH 1013, contact tower 1.
So a little bit more of a reasonable setting like this. Look at that sunset. Those of you watching in 2K, hopefully you're loving this. It's fantastic. Those of you who flew along for either both sectors, outbound to Manchester or back, I hope you've had a great time. All of you watching wherever you are in the world as well. It's great to have you on board if you're perhaps a new subscriber or tuning in for the first time as well. And thank you of course to iniBuilds for sending us those 2 copies to give away throughout today's live stream. Really, really kind of you. Incredible work here, Heathrow, version 3 for MSFS. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Join us tomorrow. We're live once again in the Mad Dog, that Leonardo Software House MD-80. Going to be wrestling with it, trying to learn it once again. Continuing that learning process. But what is quite a difficult and goofy jet. We're off out of Helsinki for a flight across to the new RD Presets updated Bergen Airport as well. Beautiful approach into Bergen, so be sure to tune in for that as well. Grid Free, just head over to our Discord server and ping me directly there. I think we've got a command inside the chat for that. Might be exclamation mark, might be question mark, I'm not sure. There we go. Hit that link, I think should take you to Discord. Or email me, britishavgeek1@gmail.com. Hopefully you all tuned to join in tomorrow. It'll be a good stream. Hope you've enjoyed it. And all of well, this scenery, for example, was on the iniBuilds website, so go check out the iniBuilds store. You'll be able to purchase that there directly from these guys in Manchester Airport, MaccoSim.com, or the Contrail web shop. In the meantime, as always, really spectacular 2 sectors. Heathrow's just gone lights on. That is remarkably cool at sunset. Look at that. What a way to end. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you tomorrow for some Mad Dog Magic. Take care. Thanks for watching.